Think. Let's see if it works.
Oh shit.
Oh, hamburgers. Let's see. Trying to wait to see if it goes through. I don't know. I'm waiting on my end. If anybody's
Me
watching.
too.
Oh, there we go.
There we are.
Okay, yeah, there we go. So, what's up, everybody?
now we have to listen to the fucking opening minute and a half of us going, I don't know if it's working, man.
Is it working? Oh, God.
It's coming through. I don't know.
Hold on, guys. Let me check to see if it's working. Okay, there it goes.
That was some old school Geek Room stuff right there, wasn't it?
I was making fun of G-Man.
No, just the intro in and of itself. Are
yeah.
we live? What the fuck is?
Are we good? Huh? We're good. We're good. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Please, okay. Magical internet gods, guide us to thy connection.
Oh shit! What's up, everybody? So I haven't sent it to why did I forget his name? Von Helton, the guy we're talking about tonight. Jesus, I'm sober as fuck. I promise you. I just for some reason I forgot his name, even though he's in the title and the fucking thumbnail. So
well, I mean, he's only memorable for negative things, so I guess we could forgive that.
Yeah.
No, no real positive contributions to society. Not with that one.
Not really. So if you caught, I think it was on the 25th. I think Quasi Monkey was telling me the right day. I can't remember what day I did it. It was a Tuesday, I know. And I bet about 25th, I believe. Anyway, if you caught that, we technically had him on our channel. He just didn't really know he was on our channel until like halfway through it.
Where's the streaming?
Where's the streaming? I didn't want to tell him because I figured he would if he once he knew.
Yeah, I noticed you kind of wiggled your way out of that question the first time. Yeah,
I did. Someone kept, and I was like, "Hey, let's listen to this guy." Until he asked again, I was like, "Fuck, I will." Everybody was like, "You're on the Geek Room." I was like, "All right, let's see if he leaves." No, we didn't. Okay, sweet. So,
I kind of figured he was going to back out. Honestly,
me too. Give me a second. I am going to send out the links in just a few seconds to everybody that wants to come in. But again. Not sure if he's going to come in or not. So, I'm going to send the link to Von Helton and anybody, and stuff like that. Because I want to hear his explanation. I listened to it. I listened to both videos. Still confused as fuck about what he's talking about.
He's explained this 2 times and you still have no idea what the fuck's going on.
No.
I can't. I'm going in blind tonight on these, by the way, because I've not seen any of this.
Like the first one, he was going on about what was it? About him. It was just a hypothetical, and we're all communist. And the second one, he still stayed that way, but then he kept going about the Frost route, and it was like, what does the Frost have to do with this? And
that's a constant derailment for him now.
Yeah.
And like about the whole hypothetical thing, like, I mean, like there were people in the room that were giving him the chance to, like, I'm going to ask you this again, like, or reiterate the question to try to like give him the opportunity to bounce back and maybe see the error of what he was saying. But like he quadrupled down like a motherfucker. Von doesn't care.
Oh, he just really, really. It just didn't make any fucking sense. Tell him you'll pay him a case of Mountain Dew. I might do that. I'll send him a case of Mountain Dew. So yeah. So we do have the video that he's made in rebuttal, and then the other video where he doubled down. Both of them are funny because I actually have a couple of timestamps I want to kind of go over where he was talking about CPS and just stuff like that. And it's like, Von, you have no fucking clue how CPS works. Well, you kind of do, but you distort it.
I was about to say, like, at this point in time, if anyone should know how CPS works, it should be Von Helton. All right, 11 times, but who's counting?
Yeah. It's a commonwealth. It's different in a commonwealth. I mean, everything's different.
But of course,
Frankie, I got to tell you, I'm glad somebody else is sober tonight because I am too. So
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, me too. It's I didn't quite sometimes when you try to get the refill, it takes a couple of days, things like that. It's like fuck. Anyway.
You're where I was last week.
Yeah, I'll be there like that till Monday.
Actually.
I still do love to hear Show Me the Booty Hole. I mean, that's still I go around. I was singing that around the house a little earlier,
which is also something that happens during the switching of positions. So this conversation just keeps going around in circles, man. I don't know, Grampy.
Somebody wants to show Grampy the booty hole. I got this pulled up so he can hear it. So I did just send Von the links. I have no idea if he's coming in. He's online right now. I do know that because I see the little green light. So.
And
is Stinky here? Is Stinky here?
Not yet.
Oh,
I just sent them the link. Like just now sent the link. But yeah, if anybody, if you got me on like Discord or anything like that, and you kind of want to get in, let me know. I will.
Does Vaughn feel like raging tonight?
Just
we'll find out.
Just don't let that quasi monkey guy in, because he's. Like I think he works for Stinky out of Canada. He tries to trick everybody.
The best
troublemaker, little scoundrel.
I know you sent this. There we go. Okay, so I just sent you a link, MudBurger stuff.
Yeah, hopefully Mud's fun when he gets really drunk, man. I mean, fuck, I watched him the other night. Did you see his latest one about the raves they're having in China? He put it out today. Stinky put out a new video today about he saw some video of some people having a rage in China. There was a couple of Americans there he thinks he saw. But he's going to call Trump and have Trump execute an executive order to get rid of the pandemic because China is already partying. So, once again, those socialist professors that snuck into our country back in the 30s have destroyed everything.
He's going to get you like he got Soleimani.
That's true.
Did you guys catch that's how he said that at the convention, by the way? Did anybody?
Nah.
Soleimani. He had to sound it out. Still couldn't do it.
It's about like how he tries to say blaspheme or something like that, but it goes blasphemy.
I love nothing more than to blaspheme in the morning, when I'm sitting on the toilet.
That's the best time to do it.
Yeah.
Go ahead and get it out of your system.
Is the show Show Me Your Booty Hole from 60Q IQ making out with a dog? Remember, according to Vaughn, only Clay County CPS follows their own rules. Go-Gurt. I think that's it. Either that's it or that's the oh wait, I forgot. I actually because when we had it on, hold on. When we had Vaughn on the other time, I had to turn the actual sound down, so I got to go into it and actually turn the sound up. Give me a second.
One could only hope to have I mean, it must be to get tenure with CPS in Kentucky.
Completed punch card, if you will.
No shit. I mean, I want that job, get tenure,
All right, give me a second, guys. I'm actually have to. And Jake, I sent it to you on Twitter, I believe.
Just like the screen says, folks. We'll be right back.
Yeah,
we just got to find something real quick.
I would love Stinky to actually do a video one time. Just to like trip us up, because if he ever did a video, if he ever placed a commercial, or something,
would you go with it?
That'd be freaky as fuck, it'd be interesting,
Somehow he has actually like a sponsor. He comes up, what the fuck?
Well, he's got Fram up there, and he had the that McDonald's car, and back in the Gravy Dome days, I missed the Gravy Dome days actually.
I don't know, man. I think Fram is close enough to like a white trash enough company to sponsor Vaughn.
Sure.
Let me see. Let's go ahead and see if this works. There we go.
There you
Ooh, you know, Baja Man don't need the money
Is the
because
show me your BH from 62 IQ making out with a dog? Remember, according to Von, only Clay County CPS follows their own rules. Gugget.
Gugget.
Cook
Have yourself a gugget.
Well, that's what happens when you're in a Commonwealth, because Commonwealths are different, you know.
Yeah, you see, I looked into this, and Vaughn is absolutely correct. Things are different in Clay County. It's a little known historical fact, and the Clay County government has kept it under tight wraps. But I went to an actual library and looked in the microfiche. Back in the Civil War, the state of Kentucky stayed with the Union, but they gave Clay County to the Confederacy. The Confederacy didn't want it. They tried to give it back, but they couldn't. And when the war was over, Kentucky was still in the Union, the rest of the Confederacy got readmitted. Clay County was left out. So they're not actually part of the United States. The government in Clay County has kept this under very close wraps. They played along, pretended to be part of the U.S., but they actually are an entity entirely unto themselves.
Does that mean
Imagine that.
Stinky could run for king of Clay County?
He could, yes.
Wow.
Do you think they tried to give it away because they knew he would be living there in like 100 years or so?
Well, yeah, them Heltons have been around there for quite a while, so they pretty much saw what was coming.
Don't get them started on the frosts.
And they
Yeah,
say
if
you
it
don't
wasn't for
learn
those
nothing
damn-
on the Geek Room.
Yeah, those goddamn frosts, man. Jeez.
What's going on, boys?
There's a video of Vaughn years ago claiming that he's a Frost. You know, when that other guy that came on, you know, who actually his last name was Frost, and he actually showed it. You know, Vaughn said that he couldn't use that name. Now he's not a Frost. You know, he's a Helton. But actually, he's not a Helton either. He's a Von Helton. So he's in a ship by himself, and he's fucked. You know.
Are you telling me that Vaughn's stories don't line up?
Hard to believe.
I know. I hate, you know, if I'm the one that's breaking it to you, God, so I picked the wrong day to be sober, you know.
Well, the other day he kept ranting about his county CPS is so much different. Well, I used to date a girl for about 8 years, and she worked for CPS, and I can tell you they get both state and federal funding. They also, like 4 times a year, have to go through regulations for state and federal. So there's really not much difference state to state between CPS. So
Yeah.
when he's like, oh, it's fucking different here, he's just lying. He's just full of shit and making excuses because he's a fucking dirtbag.
You must be what they call a hater. And you're probably a domestic terrorist too.
Yeah,
For sure.
Communist troll, all of it.
Yeah, it's all that socialism.
I don't think you quite raised to the level of a naysayer yet, but you keep working on it.
Well, he's probably got some college behind him. He seems like he speaks really well, so he's probably indoctrinated by
Yeah,
those
man.
communist professors.
That's all I took in college. It was just communist, socialism,
Communism,
and
yeah.
how to hate on Vaughn. How to hate on Vaughn was my major, man.
Oh, and what a career you've had.
Sorry, go ahead, Frank.
No, you go ahead.
I was just saying last night I hit Frank up because I have so many questions about this guy. Because I've been following the Geek Room for like 3 years or so, but I don't know a ton about Vaughn.
Well, see, that's the thing about Bran. You know, everybody's hit Bran up. You know,
What?
Fucking
Just sitting over here
Brandon-
minding my own business.
You
Brandon
fucking
Villain
commie.
bicycle.
Hey, Wilson, did you just wake up?
Yeah, I took like a nap to end all naps.
You got that I just woke up voice going on. Sexy. I like it. Show up like that more often, Wilson.
I'm telling you, man, I'm pretty moist right now just hearing Wilson.
Right?
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, the question I mainly had was somebody in the chat. I think it might have been your room, Grampy. I'm not sure, but somebody was like, they had Vaughn's kids write a letter or something, and he was like, "I hate daddy" or some shit, or like, "This is what he does to me," or something like that.
Well, if you're talking about when like when they found the kid's room with the fucked up the rotten watermelon, and one of the kids wrote "I hate daddy." One of the kids wrote "I want food." That's the only thing. I don't know if they've ever been made to write letter or been told to write letters to their dad.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was.
That would be kind of fucked up, you know. Because the kids, Vaughn says nobody cares about the kids in the end. I don't lose any sleep over it, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure. I don't know that they would actually tell the kids to write a letter saying "I hate my daddy," because he's still their dad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess I just misread, but that was like the "I hate daddy" part was the one that really.
Yeah, that was like written on the wall.
Oh my god!
Oh yeah,
dude.
they had kicked the
It
mattress.
was Marsha's fault though.
Yeah,
so.
they had kicked the mattress off the bed and were shitting on the bed slats because he locked them in their bedroom for hours and hours on end.
What got me about that was Vaughn said that it was like tight, closed-in pictures where you just saw little tiny pieces of like a little tiny mess here that made it look bad. No, somebody was taking pictures from the fucking door. We saw the entire fucking room. And then there's some close-up pictures, like for, evidence and things like that. But Rick, that was fucked up. That was.
And there were no toys in there. I mean, it's a kid's room and there's no fucking toys.
Nothing on the wall, just absolute the bare bones of a fucking bedroom.
Yeah, we actually had a video come out not too long ago. Like I think it was on Tiffany's where I got it. I'm not exactly sure, but like I was just kind of showed everything. Like if people who are new to Vaughn, like BurntToast never heard of Vaughn, Jake has never heard of Vaughn. There's a lot of people who started watching the show who has not heard of Vaughn are like, hey, why are you going in on this guy so hard? This is the reason why, because he's a shit person.
Yeah, that was during a period of time that his mother had gone on vacation for a period of time, so there was no one to watch the children. So at first, he would be doing these like 6-7 hour hangouts where if you listen closely, you can hear his kids in the background just screaming and crying, and he wouldn't budge. He completely tuned it out.
Yeah, he pissed me off pretty good when he was like,
well, they cry themselves to sleep,
When he said he'd rather have his First Amendment than his kids, that was fucking horrible.
And yet somehow I was not shocked at his answer. Isn't that bad? Isn't that awful whenever you have a person like Vaughn and you hear them say something like that and you're not really all that affected because he's a piece of shit?
Nobody's taken away his First Amendment right either. That's just bullshit he made up.
Well, in Vaughn's head,
because he's still on BitChute, so right there.
In Vaughn's head, people like YouTube have taken away his freedom of speech because YouTube didn't like the fact that Vaughn said that Muslims should either be deported or rounded up and summarily executed.
Let's be clear. Vaughn said all of the trolls and haters are the reason his kids have been taken. He also claims CPS goes by call volume and not evidence.
But I you know what? That was before. Now I think it's. I don't know if it's still officially, but I mean the other day it was officially Shani's fault. So
I can tell you right now, my ex that worked for CPS for a long time, they have to respond to every call. It's not like, well, we got 4 calls, but we should wait for like 20 or 25. No, when they get a call that a kid's in danger, they go investigate, and their investigation is completely independent from whoever called in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if he believes these things or if he knows he's lying. I can't tell which.
I don't think Vaughn knows the difference between the truth and a lie anymore to begin with, because he's so caught up in all this bullshit. I think he actually believes his own shit.
No,
Hannibal and Monty shows in the house.
Hey,
I saw them in their fucking big wrestling debut against G-Man and Jesus, man.
No, it was
Right.
That was awesome, man. I mean, I didn't know Hannibal and Monty were that. And Drag, he's lost some weight. He's getting a bit muscly too,
He got the moves.
Yeah, I was pretty fucking impressed,
All they had to do was pull out the chair and G-Man would have ran. We all know that.
I can't believe Dragnauct had to win via count out.
Right?
Howard.
Rematch.
Well, I mean, He got his. I mean, G-Man got his ass beaten, so I mean, you can't be too mad. But
Well, he
Yeah.
had Jesus on his
Conclusive
side, and that
ending.
didn't help, So.
Yeah,
that was
Vicky,
Shannon.
I think Vaughn has mentioned that he does have supervised visitation once a week.
Yeah, they get to meet at the Burger King.
Whether or not he actually shows up. I
not at the
couldn't tell
Golden
ya.
Corral. Shit.
Well, he said
the
the
Golden
next
Corral.
time he said the next time he
I think
goes
COVID
to
killed the Golden Corral.
Yeah. Oh God, what wouldn't? He said the next time he goes to the Burger King to visit his kids, that yep, nothing more than a sperm donor. I agree, Elsie. But yeah, he's gonna start a big kerfluffle at the Burger King if they don't give his kids back. Vaughn doesn't want his kids back. Then he'd have to have some fucking responsibilities.
Right. It's a good point.
Well, I mean, at the same time, he didn't hold up well on those responsibilities to begin with, anyway.
See, I think that's one of the things he's getting this whole they're trying to take away my First Amendment from, is that might have been one of the guidelines that CPS gave him. Like, hey, if you really want to get your kids back, we've seen the shit that you put on the internet. You're gonna have to start limiting that. Like, you can't spend 12 hours in a fucking stream bringing your kids online, fucking fighting battles.
He doesn't know the difference between complying with CPS and quote unquote beating CPS.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Somebody the other day, I don't remember who, but they made a great point. They were like, Vaughn's not pissed he lost his kids. He's pissed he lost that government check because he kept calling everybody a socialist. I think it was Wilson, actually, that was like, you're the only socialist here, buddy. You're the only one,
Yeah. A guy who hasn't seen a paycheck that didn't come from a fucking treasury account in the last 2 decades.
Will of his kids and CIR will of him.
Yeah, he
And
did say that.
Oh, wow.
And a lot of you guys might not know, but I'm disabled. I had a really bad accident that wrecked my back. So when people claim to be disabled just because they say so, it kind of irks me. It gets under my skin pretty well. Because I'd fucking kill to go back to work instead of...
Oh, I agree. At least he doesn't call himself a disabled vet anymore.
Yeah.
Anymore, yeah. Well, guys, I mean, it's simple. If you want Vaughn to get a job, all you got to do is go donate your legs to him, and they'll transplant them.
or your back.
Yeah.
I was actually just about to mention that. I don't know how the fuck he did it, but Quasi Monkey got a still of Vaughn getting up and waddling to the kitchen to either go fetch a Mountain Dew or try to figure up a new lie. But he's got his pants legs rolled up, and his fucking feet and legs are swollen.
Well,
but it's from the fact that he does nothing but sit in his fucking chair for 16 and a half of the waking hours of the fucking day.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I believe
it looks like he needs compression socks and try to be a little bit more mobile.
He's just got the chills. That's all.
Yeah.
Oh, don't get him started with chills.
He almost died from the chills, man. He was that close to fucking death, and oh God, if it wouldn't have been for Marcia, he'd probably still have his kids,
It fucking pisses me off because I can show everyone my x-rays. I'm missing 5 vertebrae. This motherfucker has no reason and no excuse. So and it's no different with anybody else. People who fake disability are pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although I do have to say, by this point, Vaughn probably is fairly well crippled. I mean, sitting on your ass and doing nothing like that will destroy your fucking body.
Yeah, if Stinky went to
Ask
fucking
Shani.
now, he'd get his $650 a month, which I don't know. People, Vaughn seems to think that this disabled money, this cash cow thing that is, I don't know. When you're on disability, you don't get that much money. I don't understand how I
get next to nothing a month.
Yeah.
It wouldn't, if I wasn't at my folks, I couldn't pay rent alone, let alone food and utilities and bills. I don't know what I'd do.
I mean, we were lucky to find an apartment, where we live for 8 years now, and cheap rent in Woonsocket, But if we hadn't found this, I mean, we pay the average rent where we live is 3 times as much as we actually pay. So even in this shitty town. So, I mean, we got lucky, and a lot of people, they're on disability, if they're not on Section 8 or something like that, they'll spend the majority of their paycheck just to have a roof over their head. You know, that's how much money you don't fucking get.
Where I live is like a 5 or 6 year wait just to get into Section 8 housing.
Yeah.
Just to get an application to get in there. So if I applied today, you know what I mean? Maybe in 5 years I could get a Section 8 apartment. Otherwise, you know, so what do you do in the meantime? You know what I'm saying? If I didn't have my folks to rely on, I would be fucked.
Well, that's why Vaughn's kind of freaking out right now, is because he's not getting Jerry's check anymore.
Yeah.
Jerry's check was the real cash cow because
is that his ex-wife or whatever?
Jerry is that's his son.
Oh, okay.
Not all that long ago, Vaughn started receiving social assistance for his son because his son has autism.
Yeah.
And they're giving him so he could get the proper schooling. It was also that time that Vaughn started doing his unboxing videos.
Because they don't hire people in wheelchairs, because he looked it up. Would his kids be better with him?
Yeah, no, that's something I was trying to tell him. I was like, no, they do hire people. I just went into Walmart not too long ago, and there was a lady in the wheelchair.
I've seen people at Walmart that are probably, as the greeter, that are probably qualified to do nothing else. It was a job created for, elderly people or disabled people, and it's
if his state
all you gotta do
declared,
is say hi to people. That's all. That's the fucking job,
Shit, the ones around here don't even do that. So I mean, technically, I'd say hi.
All it would take for me is like, oops, sorry. But, I mean, if he was like filed for disability, that would be a step forward. Or if he won it, I wouldn't have shit to say. But because I went through the whole deal, and it was like a 4 or 5 year deal just to get disability. It was a fucking nightmare.
Mine was almost 4, and it was like, holy shit, I mean, what else do I have to disclose?
Well, Vaughn's probably self-diagnosed with his 14 years of being an intern.
Yeah, that's my issue, is the self-diagnosed bullshit that people like him and Shani and others do.
Yeah, well, Shani's got that, she was a nurse. She's got that psychology degree too. So
yeah, I forgot that part.
Totally. So I guess at some point we should start watching the video.
Oh yeah, I forgot we had a video.
I thought we were in a commercial break.
I'm
be
sorry.
Right back.
I'm used to being on Grampy streams where we just sit there bullshitting all day.
Oh, blame me.
We'll be right back after these short brief messages.
Alrighty, folks.
Full screen, everyone.
In a Google Hangout full of ne'er-do-wells.
Ne'er-do-well.
This hypothetical at me.
Hooligans.
And you know how hypotheticals are. They're
Hoodlums.
very extreme. They're usually very
Ragamuffin.
limited. But I wanted to do the hypothetical anyway because
I think hypothetical is in the fucking sideshow.
I can smell him from here.
Whatever.
Hell on, Monty, you can do no wrong anymore. We'll go ahead and just defend you no matter what. You can kick a baby, and we'll be like, you know what? That baby deserved it. Just saying.
Yeah, that baby was talking some mad shit.
Yeah, fuck babies.
Especially that baby in particular.
Yeah.
Oh, babies are great if you cook them right.
Well, that's true.
Because,
I just want to let you know that although I'm not on camera, I am still doing a salsa dance right now. So.
Just because we like you, now defend us no matter what.
Absolutely.
You got it.
That's how it works, right?
in this day and age, the people growing up in this country are socialists. They're not American. They ingrained socialism in their brain. Okay, they've not been constitutionalists. Okay,
it's coming from some shithead that was relying on his kid.
Look at that. Fucking
posing as professors came here and got tenure in our colleges.
People like him vote against their own
Find that
interests.
on the internet. You have to go to a physical library
If they vote.
to the
Yeah,
microfiche,
true.
and then you'll find it. But it is there. It is real. It really did happen. Why is it not on the internet, Bond? Because people scrub the internet, dude.
Oh, of course.
But anyway, now luckily for me,
Yeah, there's not a thing about once it's online for
and
good.
I wasn't exposed.
Well, that's a job
very
Bob
much
could do. He could be an internet scrubber.
Communism was pretty much
I
centralized.
don't
know.
He can't be bothered.
Himself. I don't know
Yeah,
about
he,
that.
he can't be bothered to clean in real life. Let's
Yeah.
in charge of virtual cleanup.
God,
that's
as
what
much
I'm
as he complains about socialism, he sure takes advantage of. Hey!
There it is.
His boy is pretty good with the broom, though. So
We should just make it busy work. Just give him a squeegee and a computer monitor, and just tell him to just scrub that all day.
And I just want to put it out there that there's no way that this stream could be labeled racist because Black Guy TV's in the side shot.
Oh, what up, Trees?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hannibal and Monty. So there's no way that. I'm just putting it out there because some of us have been called racist by certain people.
Look, hey,
I
you
don't know.
don't
That
have
sounds
to
like-
do this when Billy's not here. You know that, right?
Yeah, that does sound like tokenism to me.
Billy's not.
just saying.
Okay, never mind. I forgot Billy wasn't here. Never mind.
Yeah, we don't have to defend his haircut right now. Don't worry.
Oh shit!
I graduated in '82.
I want to discuss that real quick because I was watching
What,
you
Billy's
and-
hair?
No, not that. What you and BurntToast need to keep doing that because that was actually a really good show. That was really funny. But when we would I was listening to, I can't remember. I think I was just listening to straight. No, I was listening to the Hannibal Monty show when they were talking about it, and they were talking about they play the video where G-Man was and he was being racist by saying the N-word, and me and my wife were he can say it. He has the right.
Yeah, they were reaching pretty far with that one.
It was.
Did they think they were going to create an outrage mob?
Yeah, I mean, all you have to do, they were we're gonna send Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter is gonna be probably he can say it.
Yeah,
if you
we need to send them that number we found.
I'm pretty sure Black Guy TV and the Hannibal and Monty show are. I mean, if G-Man was to call Black Lives Matter on them, I think I don't know. Maybe they could have coffee.
No, they'd be outraged because those guys are all racist, man. Just
That's what I hear.
terrible racist.
Yeah, I hear that, man. Jeez,
I mean, Black Lives Matter might be a little bit concerned about G-Man's particular stance on slavery.
yeah. Where's Billy when we need him?
Well, I mean, it's all gonna be downhill whenever they Google BLM phone number and they get the Bureau of Land Management number. So don't you worry, guys.
But he just so I'm clear, G-Man did say slavery was all right in the Bible sense, right?
Yeah.
His
Yeah,
particular argument
basically.
his particular argument is kind of confusing because in one breath he'll say that there is a difference between biblical slavery and then chattel slavery, and then 5 seconds later he'll just say a slave is a slave.
Yeah, yeah.
The slaves during the Civil War are no different than NBA players.
Well, wait a minute. We didn't start having slavery in this country, according to Stinky, until after all the founding fathers were dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, slavery only lasted for about 25 years.
Yeah, it was. I think it was back in the 50s or the 40s or something.
Yeah, is that all?
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Before that, it was just indentured servitude. After a few years, you paid off your debt and they let you go.
I mean, I remember
Of
going
course.
to communist history class in high school, and that's not what they said.
Hey, let's all just sit around and sing some old Negro spiritual tunes, Swing low, sweet chariot. Come on, Bran. Come on. No, never mind.
Cancel Grampy. That's all I gotta say.
Oh, God.
You're just trying to get this channel struck, ain't ya?
All lobsters are racist.
It's true.
Hey, I remember in elementary school, when I first went to public schools, we had a songbook. We had music every other day. And in some of the, in our songbooks, they had things that were entitled Negro spiritual tunes. And we used to sing them in class,
Yikes.
That's how that's when the slaves were happy, and they used to have cookouts. I noticed that the Hannibal and Monty show said something about a cookout. I read years ago in a book that the slaves were happy, and once a week, the slave owners would have a big cookout, and
Oh.
Yeah, don't cancel Grampy. We need him for the Motorhead show. I heard
We'll cancel him afterwards.
Monty said that he's going to try to get Aaron Raw for that fucking show. And I mean, talking about Lemmy and being in the presence of Aaron Raw, I mean, what more could a guy ask for? My bucket list will be complete.
I can tell you right now that if they got Grampy in the same fucking stream with Arn Raw, Vaughn would probably have a stroke.
Well, if you look at his eyes right now, it looks like he may already be mid-stroke.
Oh yeah, like his right eye is lower than his left. He looks like Sloth.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say that. If you look at some of his videos, his head isn't even tilted like that. And that right eye on our side, you know, that we're looking at is definitely higher than the other one, which might mean that there might have been some extra hugging going around during some family reunions. I'm not saying that's real, but you know, with the whole thing between he's a Frost, now he's a Helton, it's a confusing fucking thing. But he's the outside shot.
It could be because the carotid artery on the opposite side is ever so slowly closing up with plaque, and you know that other side is starting to slowly.
Is this the video where he starts talking about why his nose is so big and he's got all that nasal drip and shit?
I don't know. Oh, but you know what? It's right. You know, just before they stopped this, he said he graduated in 1982. Keep that in mind when he's spewing his bullshit about all the things he did in the 70s, like going to Studio 54 and doing coke, doing coke with the famous people and all this shit.
He's 4 years younger than me. I was 18 in 1970. I was 20 years old in 1980. Vaughn's 4 years younger than me. I mean, you do the math. You know, it's like, what's a 16-year-old kid gonna do at Studio 54? You know, his shade tree mechanic days.
Well, if he had titties like that, he might have done pretty good.
Well, back then, it was a lot slimmer back then. I mean, he didn't bring all the boys to the yard back then.
You've seen what that man can do with a Go-Gurt.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely.
Rest my case.
Yeah, damn. I can just imagine.
Yeah,
Can you imagine what he did to Andrea? You know, using that Go-Gurt fucking.
I don't want to.
Not at all. Not one bit.
Thanks for that visual, Grampy.
If I was drunk, I would have continued with that, but I'm not. So.
Apparently, they'd have a bit of a kink for giving each other yeast infections because their hygiene was so fucked up.
Oh God. No.
See, I knew it was going to end up there. That's why I didn't. But there it is. Yeah.
Jake,
Hillary,
you want to know all about this? I mean, you can bail out at any point trying with this Bond stuff. There's shit you'll find out that you don't want to know.
Hillary Pugh said she went to Studio 54 when she was 16. Now, I would believe that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm not saying that, you know, nobody, never got into Studio 54 underage, but that's just not Bond's, like, you know, he's never, he's
a habitual liar.
Yeah.
No, he's not.
I mean, so you have to take anything he says with the tiniest grain of salt.
Well, I remember him saying he tried cocaine at Studio 54, but it didn't affect him because of his vampiric metabolism.
That's right.
Oh shit! Quasi Monkey's getting us again, man. Freudian slips, admitting cocaine abuse. Fuck. God, I wish.
I will neither confirm nor deny, but I wouldn't turn any down.
Shout out to amphetamines. Just saying.
And so I missed a lot of that communism, thankfully. But see, by now, especially, communism and socialism are rife within our public schools as well as our colleges and universities.
And that's how your kid got to check you,
children.
greasy.
And, so all your next generations are all going to be socialists. They're not going to be patriotic Americans because that's what's being pumped into their heads. Okay, which is why I will most likely private school my children because I don't want my children.
No, you won't.
No, you won't.
No.
You know why Vaughn won't fucking private school his kids? Because he doesn't have them.
And he's never getting his kids back the way he fucking acts.
I'd like to throw a big shout out. Chabeach is out there. God, I haven't talked to Beach in fucking years. How you doing, Beach? I'm just So I saw you out there. I was like, wow. I talk about there's a lot of people coming back. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of people that left the LOLs community for a long time, and people are coming back. There's a lot of old faces that I see. Some not so friendly, but a lot of them friendly. Yes. Tell us the thing where he shows himself over the last 100 years or so. Does he claim he's immortal? Yeah, that's Jesus.
You can't prove he's not unless you're ready to kill him. So.
Yeah, he said so many stories over the year about his vampirism, his immortality, his prophecies, he's smarter than you are, you know, and he'll even admit it.
Yeah, he says he's like 400 years old, and he goes back and forth between like reincarnation and vampirism, so he can't even keep his story straight. So
yeah, well, and that's the thing too even with the flat Earth thing now. He's not sure now. Flat Earth, it's still. I don't know. We're not sure. You know, it's still because he's. Let's face it, folks. Stinky wants to be a space marine. He's always had that. I think he was disappointed when he found out the Earth was flat because he had always wanted to be a space marine. And Chicky Chica's in the fucking house. Oh my God, we were doing some salsa dancing earlier there, Cheeky.
Von's halfway there. He's a fucking space cadet for sure.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, Stickham. I wasn't around for Stickham Beach, but I've seen a lot of old Stickham stuff, and that's some of the funniest shit that Stinky come up with. I mean, that was And Rick Zilla has a point too. If you remember when he read the CPS report a long time ago, something in that report came out with undiagnosed schizophrenia with Vaughn.
Yeah, suspected but not diagnosed.
Right, exactly. I'm of the belief that he probably has some sort of he'll call it a blessing from the gods. You know, I've known people that hear voices that give it all sorts of characters and stuff. But when he talks about the gods told him this, the gods told him that, I wouldn't be surprised if he actually has auditory hallucinations. Wow, I used big words. I
don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's when you know it and you refuse treatment because you think you're smarter than doctors and scientists. That's the issue.
Well, he is. He's admitted that, you know. Sorry.
Roll this beautiful bean footage.
So
just remember, he's got all of his kids' awards back there. They're all wrinkled up on the fucking wall now.
Because I felt obliged to defend the Constitution of the United States. I mean, I swore an oath.
Doing what?
I was in the military. I was in government.
No, you weren't.
And several times I was asked to pledge an oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States.
Oh, gee whiz. Look. He got to say the Pledge of Allegiance every fucking day, right? He joined the fucking army and had to take that oath that I took, that anybody else is in the military or civil service or government work, you know, you take that fucking oath, you know. I get that, right? I've taken it a few times. I re-enlisted. I took it again. I get that. You know, the oath to protect the Constitution. Stinky seems to think that it's some sort of, that's his job, is, you know, I took an oath, and by golly gee, it's, you know, Putin saying Blueberry Hill the same day I did, and he took his shirt off, and, you know, it's like, fuck you, Stinky.
Well, that's why I took my shirt off, is because Putin did, and we can't let him be the only one.
You've got those mud cannons too that you're proud of, you know. So
you bet.
I mean, there's a reason that you take your shirt off. There's a reason I leave my shirt on, you know.
There's a reason why the rivers are rising.
That is a patriotic American and love this country is going to do the same. They're going to love this country. They're going to love the fact that they have rights under the Constitution, and they're not going to want those rights to go away. Okay. And so we're gonna find out what this hypothetical is, and then I'll give my comments afterwards, of course. And you know,
of course,
like I said, it's just some commie bastard. But you know,
it's important
to make them understand that I would never surrender my rights to anyone or anything.
Rick Zilla, Vaughn got a
when you surrender,
general discharge under honorable conditions. But he seems to think that he couldn't have changed that after a couple of months.
Well, he wasn't
You
going to
got-
come back in anyway. That's why they gave it to him, because he wasn't going to come back in.
Yeah. But you have 15 years after your date of discharge to appeal and have the conditions of your discharge reviewed. So he could have gone back 15 years later and got it upgraded, because they more than likely would have upgraded it as long as you didn't commit a fucking felony.
Well, but you remember, Mud, he talked to that lady on the phone, because I've actually had this discussion with Stinky. He called the lady on the phone, and the lady told him that you only have 6 months to get it, changed. And sorry about your luck and everything, but he wasn't going to go back in the military anyway, because he went into the civilian capacity. So he made it sound like everybody that's not going to go back in gets an RE3, because if you're not going to come in, we'll just say, well, you can't come back in. I don't know.
Everyone gets a failure to adapt.
I know. My brother was retired for a while when the Gulf War broke out, the first one, and he was like, "Oh fuck," He didn't have to go, but a lot of people did.
Yeah.
So
even on an RE3, they can bring you back in if they really fucking want you.
If the Book of Revelations was true and there was this full-out fucking war going on, and they needed every able-bodied person to do something, they're calling like literally everybody, even dead people, back up. I seriously don't think they'd ever call Vaughn.
No.
We'll skip him.
Maybe it's like a distraction.
They might call him an asshole.
And that would be accurate.
It's like they call him up and give him some bullshit jobs. Like, all right, we need you to take this and go to California with it and just wait there.
Oh, he won't go to California. He won't go to California because it's too expensive to live there and it's socialism.
Yeah.
Well, I'm on board with this as long as he has to carry something across state lines up his butt. Let's make that happen. And
you have to smuggle this into Area 51 for us, but we can't tell you what it is, and we can't tell him you're coming. So you're
just tell him it's a transmitter. That's all he needs to know.
He's got, and he's swore to uphold the Constitution and stuff like that. So I'm sure he'd have no problem with having equipment, rectally inserted into his
little suitcase action.
Yeah, suitcases, barrels.
Tell the guard at the gate the green bird sings backwards, and everything will be fine. They'll get you right in.
The chair is against the wall.
Here's a good question for you guys, because I don't know this answer. So if you're in and they determined while you're there that you're organically batshit crazy, what kind of discharge do they give?
Medical, maybe?
Yeah, a lot of times somebody get a medical. When I was in, it was before, mental health was, like in the way it is now. But they'd send people to Frankfurt to sit in a fucking, we used to call it the padded cell. But people get like medical discharges. If you weren't a complete idiot, a lot of times, and you had issues, they'd give you a fucking honorable discharge because it just wasn't a proper fit. But when you get like a general discharge like that, something happened. Either your work performance or lack of it, or failure to adapt.
He was only in 9 months max.
Yeah, from the time he basic training through his first permanent party station. So that's, fighting the Cold War.
So then he'd never get veteran benefits or whatever they call it, right?
No.
If he was injured while he was on active duty. But see, he even tries to go around that going, oh, I'm disabled. I don't know if it happened when I was in the military.
Yeah, I'm not saying like if. I'm saying as it is right now. He shouldn't, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. Generally, you don't qualify for VA benefits.
If only. Reprise du P auf Geman.
Geman.
Generally, you don't qualify for VA benefits till you got at least a year in, unless you're injured, injured during service before then. If you go to boot camp and you blow out both your fucking knees, you can get disability for that.
Yeah, I've known people that never got out of basic training that used the VA because they got hurt legitimately, not, you know.
But just being a fuck up and getting booted after 9 months, no, you ain't gonna qualify for anything.
Well, Quasi Monkey's fought in multiple wars from Battlefield 1942 to Battlefield 5. But he's in Canada too, so
Damn it. All right.
It's going to be awesome.
Fought in the Cybertron.
It's going to be awesome when Vaughn gets released as the new player skin for Call of Duty Cold War.
And by the way, Vaughn, you used our clip, asshole.
There's a strike. I shouldn't say that. I've already got 2. Never mind.
You better be a good boy.
I've got so much shit. I was gonna like start on doing some today, and I'm like, why do I want to make a video? Some dickhead's just gonna go flag it right now. So it'll be back, you know, because I mean, there's probably maybe 50 people that will actually watch it, and it's a Transformers reference. I figured it was some kind of reference, Rickzilla. I don't know anything about Transformers, but
they're robots in disguise.
You beat me to it.
They're more than meets the eye.
Chicky Chica remembers 1812. You know, I mean,
Rev's a Transformer now, isn't he?
That's because it's the one time Chicky Chica's just saying it because it's the one time Canada did good against the U.S.
Yeah, that's
and they were actually British troops, but they were in Canada, so they covered as Canadians.
Well, they're part of They're part of the.
Yeah.
Yeah, they worship the Queen, and
Canada wasn't even Canada back then.
Yeah,
they were just a big blank spot on the map that said that bit over there.
Oh, there goes Quasi talking about how they kicked our ass in 1812. Jesus Christ! And that's when they started fucking smuggling all that fucking bootleg maple syrup into this country.
Well, hey, don't talk bad about smuggling into Canada. I'm not allowed into the country anymore because I've been smuggling contraband apostrophes into Quebec.
No shit. Oh my God. Maybe you shouldn't be telling that to people on the air. You know, I mean,
the statute of limitations has expired, so it's okay to talk about it. But
yeah, but you don't want to push. You don't want to like, you know.
You know, they said, "Don't ever come back to Canada, there, please, eh?" And you know,
pretty please.
Well, they were polite about it, which is something they're.
You just got to tell them you're sorry.
That's what it's all about, man.
Dude, if you look at Vaughn's screen right now, like the Vaughn from our channel is looking over at the Vaughn on his channel.
And they're wearing the same goddamn thing.
It almost looks like he recognizes what a disappointment he is for a second there. All right, I will. Plug up the webcam.
180 days active duty, and if it's an honorable or medical, but general charges were not entailed as eligible for VA benefits.
For VA benefits.
Yeah, what she said.
Exactly.
Oh God! Now Hogtie Champ's in his side cat. What's he reading it? What is he writing in French too? I mean, this is America, people. Let's write our fucking comments in American. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is America, people. Do we have to put the flag out now? I mean, God damn it. Just because Canadians and foreigners can watch these fucking streams doesn't give them the fucking right to fucking start writing in fucking French.
Goddamn commies.
Oh, shit.
For my rights, for the sake of my rights, you bet. Yes. Okay, let's take your hypothetical. Let's say your hypothetical is real. Let's say your hypothetical is real. Okay, here's what I'm going to tell you. I wish somebody would fucking mute so that I can get my word out. Somebody would mute.
Get your word out, Bob.
Okay, I just noticed that, and it scared the shit out of me. I thought Vaughn was sneaking up on Lardo for a second.
I don't know. I'd sneak up behind Lardo.
There's way too much Vaughn on the screen currently, if I'm being honest.
Can you really have too much Vaughn, though?
Absolutely. The one is enough. I'd say the one is too much, actually. God damn it! I see what you did there.
Well, I think Elsie put it eloquently without any foul language. Vaughn is a complete noodle.
Yeah. Now I can fucking hear myself talk.
You interrupted me, Vaughn.
No, you listen to me. The
Copy bastard.
Constitution, my rights.
You
and
listen
the
here.
I swore an oath. I swore an oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States against
Just-
all enemies, foreign and domestic. Guess who you are?
Oh,
If only,
domestic.
if only he felt the same way about his kids that he does about his rights.
Yeah, man, he didn't swear an ooth to protect his kids, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you got me there.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
that part's optional.
You know, Schneider put out a video today of something that Vaughn said, where he pretty much shows that he's more interested in the income that he lost over the fact that he's not getting his kids back.
Okay, well, it's
Absolutely.
it's time to break out the Hot Wheels. Then what the fuck are you waiting for, Vaughn?
Yeah, I
This
thought
is your
there was a-
moment.
Who was it
supposed
the,
to go up in value, right?
who was it
What
the
did-
other day that was like, Vaughn, I just want to say something to defend you, but I'm not gonna because you're a piece of shit or something. I fucking lost it.
Dude, he sat there for like a solid 2 minutes trying to get everyone's attention. I just want to say
Guys.
something nice.
I want to defend him. I want to defend Vaughn real quick. Guys, let me defend Vaughn. I'm not going to defend you. You're a piece of shit. I was like, oh my God.
It's such dedication.
As but you got to admit though, nobody pounds food and gums food out of a can like Stinky
And other things besides food.
Yeah, I mean,
You know, I got some ice cream sandwiches in the freezer. I might just go have one for Vaughn.
I've got some Friendly's ice cream cups. You know, like the Reese's Pieces kind with the chocolate and the
If
Reese's
anyone's
peanut
got
butter.
Schwan, now's the time to pull it out.
Break out the Schwans.
I was just gonna say, like, that's the one thing I do envy about Vaughn is he does have access to like Schwan's ice cream, which
That
is
is
some
true.
that
God
is some of the
damn
best-
you, Von Helton, and your hookup to Schwan's.
Curse you, Vaughn!
It is some of the best goddamn ice cream out there.
Yeah, they do have good ice cream,
Yeah,
and
I
some
mean-
of their food's pretty good too. It's just I don't know, is he afraid to go to the grocery store because it's a lot more expensive to like.
Because all he has to do is sit on his ass and wait until it shows up.
He always talks about that nuker. You know, everything he cooks, he puts in the nuker. You know, even when he made
I would
that.
pay money to see a wild Von Helton tooling around on a rascal scooter at his local Walmart.
Yeah, Vaughn will claim that it was manipulated.
What?
Vaughn will claim that the video was edited and manipulated to make him look bad. You know?
Look, it's photoshopped. They photoshopped my head onto it.
Hypothetical where I would lose my kids or I give up my rights.
You can't even tell which one's me. Look.
My rights. Sorry.
Hey, I didn't notice this. Like, watch the Vaughn in the Laura corner. He's repeating himself from the video.
That's what he's doing lately.
Dude, he's watched it so many times. Oh wait, no, it's the same script, isn't it?
Yeah.
I do like mini
Sorry,
pieces.
but I'm not going to give up my rights. Sorry.
It's like I just not noticed that.
Okay.
You know,
If
and that's
anyone ever needed further proof of the quote unquote script, there it is.
people have done a lot of things over the years, given up things so they could keep their kids, or in order to have their kids, you know, they had to comply, change their lifestyle, things that they do. Vaughn would rather give up his kids than be told he can't, you'll lose your First Amendment. Because if they take one fucking right, then all of your other rights go away. Well, he has the right to remain silent, but he doesn't.
Baloney-titted motherfucker.
That's true. Yeah,
That's what I'm seeing in the chat here, and I appreciate it.
The new star of the show, American Nightmare 3, with his wrestling videos. I love those. Those were funny. You know, I loved watching Hannibal and Monty and Dragnaught beat up G-Man and Jesus. You know, that was.
I swear that was Shani. Shani is a man, though.
Are you sure? I mean,
Yeah.
technically,
Now you're a man.
I'm still trying to figure like their thought process of why they decided to change their names again. You know, that she like the Sand Dolphin and the Megaturd,
Megatron.
whatever the fuck he is.
I mean, let's face it. If Shani and Rev were ever going to become Transformers, Shani's going to be Soundwave, and then Rev's going to be one of the little tiny set fucking robots that fit inside of her.
Well, they're doing a remake of the Blob, and Shani's up for the part. You know.
You know what? I think she's got it.
Hey, she's got more of a chance than Stinky had being the Wolverine.
I mean, she'll be insufferable to work with.
Yeah, Smegatron. Who is this passionate lobster guy? Did you know there's actually another? Did you know there's actually another Grampy Lobster channel that goes on Michelle Best's room and tries to take away the relationship that me and Michelle have? Because I'm the only person she doesn't get rid of. She doesn't get rid of my comments, but everybody else's comments she gets rid of. But there's a passionate lobster, and there's another fucking Grampy Lobster that's an evil Grampy Lobster that is out there that is trying to. Lobsters have more passion.
By evil, do you mean patriotic American?
That's right. Yeah, I'm wearing my patriotic lobster underwear right now. Yeah.
Okay, we've got on to talking about Grampy's choice of underwear. I think we should play the video.
And someone asked if there's Von Helton.
Tonight, so.
Someone did ask if there's a Von Helton on Kiwi Farms. I'm looking, but I just see him being mentioned. I just don't see a actual thing on him like Shani does. So,
Kiwi Farms, what the fuck are you waiting for?
I know, right?
If he isn't, he's really lucky that he hasn't been put on there yet.
If anybody wants to, overnight me some drugs, I'm not going to have anything until Monday. So
anybody want to admit here on the internet to sending Grampy some drugs through the mail?
Yeah, I'd send it
right now. You got some Adderall, some fucking some cocaine, some fucking I don't know. I'll even take fucking I prefer the uppers, I like to, but maybe a little bit of weed if you want to,
Well, that can be an upper too. A lot of different strains, Grampy.
I know Grampy, quality Grampy Lobster is going through withdrawal. I'm just glad the Geek Room was here to help me through my withdrawals right now.
I'll help you with them draws any day, Grampy.
We're not talking about draws there. Get your mind out of the gutter, young man.
Oh.
We're talking about the draws later.
Save it for after the show.
I'll show you the inside of my drawers if you show me the inside of your drawers. Yeah.
Show me your booty hole.
I'm trying to get
You really don't know how that first time that you guys I saw that when I was laughing when I was so fucked up that night, but I was really depressed. Which I know, but
not anymore.
But they started playing it. Show me the booty hole, and I just lost it. I forgot why I was even upset that day. It was just
that's wholesome as fuck, Grampy.
Life shit, stuff like that. And then I was watching that, all those show me the booty hole things. Oh my god, I was laughing my ass off.
We gotta have a video made of Grampy talking about how the Geek Room cured his depression.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for, man.
That's
to show you our booty hole.
You guys also give people COVID though, so
I mean, yeah. Well, for a price, I'm willing to give anybody that.
We're out here coughing on people like G-Man.
My own damn tongue if it secured her happiness. This douche nozzle chooses his freedom of speech over his kids. Sorry, but there is no way he is an actual father. Just saying. XO.
Thank you, Irish.
Okay. It sounded like someone said a tongue catching a penis.
Oh, shit. Slappy Fawn and Megatron. Trying to explain any of this to somebody, because I've had people say, "Oh, you do those," trying to explain earlier in the side chat, you had somebody going to renew to Von Helton, and it's kind of hard to explain or show me the booty hole or just what goes on, because without a lot of context, when people want me to explain Shani and Rev or Von Helton or anybody like that, I ask them how much time they have.
Dude, let me tell you a little story yesterday. It'll be quick. So all the time I roll up on the toll booth, there's a super cute black girl, really, really pretty, and I always talk to her for a minute. So yesterday, business as usual, I'm talking to her, and I got Drag Stream playing, and all of a sudden my radio starts blaring, black people on welfare, whatever Rev says. I'm just sitting there oh my God, I'm so sorry.
It serves you right for being the motherfucker holding up the line at the toll booth because you're bullshitting with some broad at the fucking toll booth. It ain't like she's gonna ever fuck you, so quit wasting my time. Get the fuck out of the way, pay your toll, and go.
Shani's cock blocking.
I mean,
miles away.
I got her number, so I don't know.
I used to go to the Fort McHenry Tunnel every fucking day in Baltimore. That or the old tunnel, the Harbor Tunnel, man. The last thing, you give them your money if you have a ticket, whatever, Easy Pass. It's not a place to like have a conversation with the.
I'm not. I mean, there for 20 minutes.
I get it. You see a nice looking chick that probably had some cleavage going there too, and she had some nice makeup on, and
she's really pretty.
Oh yeah, but still.
Just because you let your dick think for you doesn't mean I gotta sit here in my fucking car waiting on your stupid ass.
Anybody with half a brain would have just waited till she got off, stalk her in the fucking parking lot, find out where she lives, and go from there instead of taking up everybody's time, man, trying to get a
nothing
date.
else. Hey, baby, does this rag smell like chloroform?
Jesus
Be fucking
Christ.
done with it. I mean, Jesus.
Can we get some law enforcement officials to look at any cold cases that involve any kind of scenarios like these two gentlemen have presented in their general vicinity? Thank you.
Hey, I'm just going to shut up now. I mean, statute of limitations. My lawyer might be in the side chat. I'm not sure. But, just get her. I mean, it's still, I get it. You're single, you want to mingle, you're trying to find somebody, but
I'm not single. I just.
Oh, okay. Well, so you're an adulterer. Oh,
I just think she's pretty. Is all.
Ah, wow. So you're an adulterer like me. Well, I'm a convicted adulterer.
Wait a minute.
Don't you have to be married?
You're fucking married and you're still hitting on this broad wasting my time?
I'm not married.
Jesus fucking Christ, man.
And I don't even hit her on her. I just say hello. Like, hey.
No. Whatever you do, don't ever admit that you hit her, okay? Don't ever admit that you hit her. That would be...
Don't say that a little slappy.
Yeah, that would be tantamount to like asking yourself to go to jail, and then have Bran send you a cake, with condoms inside.
What the fuck?
There's going to be condoms inside of something, but it's not going to be the cake.
I'm fucking sober.
I wish I could help you out, man. I really do.
You're pretty fucking disturbing when you're sober.
So it was just me, Carl, and the cat. The wife is still gone. For a while, helping her mom out and everything. So it's just me and the cat and Carl.
If it makes you feel any better, I have some really nice kush sitting next to me.
Oh shit, you too?
Load in the fucking screen. Something will help. I tried scraping my bowl, and it's like, dude, the fucking bowl was empty 2 weeks ago, and you had all them fucking chocolates. You ever notice when you got a lot of weed, you got a lot of edibles, something like that. It's almost like, wow, this is gonna last me a long fucking time, and it never does.
2 days tops.
What of it, Vaughn?
Your sweet ass.
Yes.
Because when you give up your rights, you ain't got no rights, dumbass.
That's what he's saying.
Very telling.
That's very
I swore an oath.
He was playing with his hair in sync.
He was.
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
So he's mimicking his moves and his words.
But see, here's the nice thing about this.
But here's the thing.
Stupid ass hypothetical is not going to happen. There is nobody going to come to me and say, denounce the Constitution or we're going to keep your kids. Nobody's saying that shit. Nobody is saying that.
Well, they're saying half of that.
Nobody's fucking saying that, Vaughn. That's a shocker.
Oh, shit. Elsie makes a good comment. She says he makes her seem like a genius. I think Vaughn makes everybody look smarter.
Yeah, he probably makes people feel better about themselves.
Hypothetical for yourself. Give up your rights or we keep your kids. Okay, nobody can legally do that. Nobody can legally take away your rights.
Sure they can. First of all,
right, they can.
That's not what they're doing, but sure they can, Stinky, and they're doing it.
Guaranteed to you by the Constitution. Okay, the government can't do it. the CPS sure as fuck can't do it. Nobody can take your rights away. But you notice how they put a hypothetical there.
Like it started off with basically like him talking about the crazy shit on his YouTube channel, and like you know what, like you can stop doing this and get your kids back. And he's like, no, that's my right to freedom of speech, and that's how it kind of progressed down this way. So he doesn't want to give up his freedom of speech to say the crazy shit on YouTube. That's where this all comes from. He just kind of clipped out the little part where he rages the fuck out on him. And so you can't take my rights and shit.
His shitty little rants on BitChute that nobody fucking watches that's more important to him than his own children. There you go.
If someone came up to me and told me, you get off the internet and you won't or we're going to take your kids, I'm going to get off the fucking internet. I'll sell all the computers and shit like that. So, I mean, it's just because your kids comes first, then fucking YouTube bullshit.
Yeah.
He reminds me of Vaughn, or excuse me, G-Man, the way he
reminds me of Vaughn, too. You're right.
But he doesn't fucking listen. He just waits until he can talk again,
Well, at least Vaughn will eat while he's waiting for people to stop talking, which is a beautiful thing. I always enjoy.
He's not gonna move. If he's not eating, he's scanning the chat for people to bang.
Maya in that fucking chat was, if she was a plant, she played it fucking perfectly. If she was just random fucking chants that dropped in.
He is always screaming. He's gonna make my ears bleed. Spöttisch lächelndes Gesicht.
That's all he knows.
Yeah, that's
was that the German translation of that emoji there?
I think so. That was actually the voice of the German girl that actually Vaughn couldn't save.
Again, I'm kind of playing on either or, like he couldn't save or he couldn't grab them and keep them in the basement. So it's a story. It's a toss up.
What basement?
There's two sides to every story, indeed.
Yeah, all we know is the little German girl got away. We just don't know.
We don't know what happened.
I mean, Vaughn was getting really upset with Maya because she was finding a way to out-victim him.
Oh yeah, and she's telling her tragic story. He's fucking, I'm fucking slobbering down a goddamn ice cream sandwich. Oh fuck yeah, yeah. If she was just a chance fucking encounter, it was absolutely perfect. And if she was a plant, she was a fucking fantastic actress, man.
Like they're trying to make brownie points. Oh, well, he's a shitty father because he would defend the Constitution and lose his kids.
No, you're a shitty father because you're just a shitty father. Exactly. Got nothing else to do with the Constitution or. See, he seems to think his idea of his self-importance in the world, in world politics. I mean, like I said, he's going to call Trump, because they're partying in China now, and the whole world's laughing at us because we still wear masks. And as Vaughn says it, we're all, isolated in our homes and under quarantine. I mean, you can't leave your fucking house, people, but they're partying in fucking China. He's going to call Trump. He's going to tell Trump to, another one of those executive orders to just cancel the whole fucking pandemic. Yeah.
Hey, see, if Vaughn really was so influential in politics, he would know that the first 10 digits of the launch code are my phone number, so the president can run the idea past me first.
Exactly.
It's frightening. No, I'm one of those people who I feel kind of shocked. Well, I'm shocked that anyone is shocked that he said this, because he's already shown that he would much rather stream his bullshit and babble than take care of his kids.
Like when
I can't say I'm surprised.
Yeah, when he had his kids, he was on for that 12 hours on the shanty stream. Just on the whole fucking time. And like, dude, you obviously don't fucking care.
Bringing his kids on camera.
Yeah.
When he had all that money rolling in from Jerry's check and the other one, the one that had the same thing, the touch of the same thing the mother had, as he
plundered from Ma's bank.
Yeah, when he had all that money rolling in, it was Shangri-La. Now it's. But when he admits that basically, the income that he was getting from his kids, he doesn't talk about his kids like, I miss my kids. I remember I miss the way my daughter does this, or my son would come up to me, or any like his military. No anecdotal things. You know, when you saw his kids come up to the camera, you know, he'd hold them up real quick and go, "Oh, you're just a camera. Oh, get out of here." You know.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh Christ!
So
I just realized something. You know, Vaughn getting SSI for his kids. When he lost the kids, he lost the check.
Oh yeah.
But if it was after the first of the month, they had already paid into his account. It takes a few months. It takes a few months for that to wash through the system, but they will take that back.
Oh yeah. Vaughn's not going to have it.
I can guarantee you, he pretty recently got the fucking message. Oh yeah, by the way, we want that fucking check back now.
So what happens if you don't have the money though? Do they arrest you or how's that work?
No,
debtor's
but
prison.
yeah, debtor's prison. Don't pay your taxes. See what happens. No, but they'll put a lien on your bank account.
Yeah, you'll be moving real soon.
And any cash benefits he gets on his own goes into that bank account. So as soon as his check, if he gets anything, goes in there, that gets fucking yoinked until it's covered.
Oh, okay. I see.
You got you by the balls, kid.
Let me explain that. Let me come full screen again.
Full screen.
Explain what the hell's going on with this, okay? Because since they
Too
brought
much, go back.
I had to do a video on this because, you know, this right here shows you the depravity of this fucker's brain. Okay, and it also shows why he's not an American. These people in this chat are not Americans. And that honestly, do not know a damn thing about the Constitution. They don't know nothing about their rights. They don't know nothing about nothing. Okay, now if
damn fool kids don't know nothing about nothing.
That does sound kind of bad. Oh well, Von Helton's going to give up his damn kids. But see, what you don't understand is that if I give up my rights, I lose the kids any fucking way. They're gone.
It doesn't work like that, you fucking.
No shit.
God damn.
If you give up your parental rights, yeah, but not if you give up your right to bear arms, you dumb fuck. If you get that taken away, you can be a felon and not have the right to bear arms and still have your fucking kids.
And once again, Ann Kennedy has a wonderful question for somebody that's trying to catch up with the old Vaughn thing. What happened to the kid's mother? Sorry, I'm catching up on Vaughn 101. Well, he married a half-retarded schizophrenic, if my language is a little bit, you know, but half-retarded schizophrenic that went out. He convinced her to go to Kentucky because there was it back in what 2012 or something or whatever it was when the apocalypse was, you know, whatever. And it was supposed to be a safe place. He convinced her to move up there. God, there was the train story too, or
the bus story.
Yeah, the bus story. That was beautiful. But yeah, neither one of them are qualified. Okay, they're qualified to make kids because they're but to actually be a parent, neither one of them were qualified to like take care of a dog or a cat or a hamster, much less 3 kids. So he
what would you say Vaughn is
left.
qualified to do, Grampy?
Basically what he's doing now, being an idiot on the internet. but his wife left him one time because somebody convinced her that there were ponies. She could ride a pony or she could have a pony, which tells you a lot about.
That is pretty fucking sick, isn't it?
Yeah, he told her he could give her a pony, And then the second time, though, I think as fucked up as she is, I think she realized that she was in a no-win situation and she had to, in the end, take care of herself and get the fuck out of there and hopefully rebuild her relationship with her kids later in life, I think.
You're skipping over a very important part, Grampy. You're skipping over the video made by that goddamn Kenny BFG 9000.
Oh, yeah, of course. Well, that was even before that, that's what started the ball rolling,
Yeah, it was a domino effect from there.
That was more anticlimactic watching that video than it was when I saw the actual Plymouth Rock in Plymouth, Massachusetts. I was expecting some guy to come on there and start ranting and stuff like that, and it was just Kenny sitting there with his hat on, sitting on the couch, talking, and yeah. All this fucking stream needs now is that mind bend that guy.
Yeah.
I give up my rights. The government just comes in my house, takes the kids, and leaves. Well, Vaughn, do you have any historical evidence to back that up? Yes. The old Soviet Union. They would come in the dark of night and take people's kids for literally no reason. They just come in the dark of night.
Jesus Christ.
Point rifles at everybody.
Well, Vaughn, according to you, your children have already been taken for no reason. So do you have those rights you were talking about? Because in the world you live in, you already have no rights. So what the fuck are we even talking about?
Did you say rights or rats?
I'm sure he's got those.
Oh,
Yeah, was it?
just checking.
So that was a big thing for CPS, right? Was he had fucking rotten food and all sorts of shit all over his house, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the fact that he lives in absolute, he lives in squalor.
Yeah.
And it translated over to his children when he would just send his children to school unbathed. His rationality for that was CPS would come in and ask him, like, do you bathe your kids? Well, if he would have said yes, they would have arrested him for being a pedophile.
What?
Oh wow!
I mean, I
You
heard.
you can't give a small child a bath because you're gonna fuck him in the tub.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
heard
I
it
gave my
say,
kids- I've never heard. I mean, I've never had. That's the part that I don't understand because what Hogtie Champs in the side chat. He's got kids. There's other people out there that Frankie, you've got kids. Bran, I'm sure when your kids were little, did you bathe them?
Yeah.
Did you ever worry that somebody might think that you were a creep bathing your kids?
Not at all.
Because they can't bathe themselves. He was saying that his kids were grown up enough that they could basically fend for themselves. Now, granted, when a kid gets a certain age, sure, you put them in, you say, go take a bath, and you check them to see if they're clean.
What was
Well,
the
when you
stance
put-
on diaper changing then, if this is the case?
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
But
Well-
if you put your kids on a school bus with lice shampoo in their fucking hair, not even rinsed out, because I guess the school could have just, rinsed their hair, or whatever the fuck.
That's what I was just about to say. Is he was like, well, if I don't, if I wash it out, they'll say I didn't do it.
He
Like,
does
that's
less.
any sort of logic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he does less than nothing.
He was
Now-
proving that he used it by leaving it in.
Yeah, he had that gag
Fucking
reflex.
awful, dude.
The Punisher had that gag reflex, so he couldn't change the diapers.
Yeah. The
My
wife had to do it because-
kids grew up laughing at me because I'd wake up in the morning with a hangover, still be drunk, changing a 10-pound fucking diaper, like gagging and shit. My kid, that's how they were laughing before they could talk, laughing at me because I'm gagging. They found it funny,
I think it's kind of
Clean
funny.
my shit.
Our dad used to bathe his kids without fucking them, sure. And
Hogtie Champ, Jesus.
Is that challenging to Vaughn or something? Like,
I used to put him in the dishwasher so nobody could say I was looking at him naked.
those poor
To be
fucking
honest,
kids.
No shit, dude.
to be honest, when my daughter was born, we had this little tiny tub thing because she was so small. We used to give her a bath in the kitchen sink because it was a lot easier,
Yeah, a lot of people do that.
Yeah, most people do.
Can you imagine how embarrassing that is, being a kid going to school with lice shampoo still in your fucking hair?
Oh,
I'm
sure
just
it's
thankful that
terrible, dude.
I'm just thankful that Vaughn took the actual effort to put lice shampoo in their hair this time and not just shave them bald again.
No,
Yeah.
that's still less than doing nothing.
Oh yeah, it's still
Because you
less.
put it in their hair doesn't mean a goddamn thing,
What he probably did was handed the bottle to the other one and said, "Here, put this in your hair.
The
Get your brother and sister too while you're at it."
Yeah, the other one.
Fuck.
Whoever made those fucking obituaries, that is quite possibly the wrongest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, there's a lot of raw stuff that goes on in this community.
We're sick bastards. What can I say?
I did tell Vaughn I'll give him a case of Mountain Dew if he comes on. So
I
Can't believe he's not here.
I have an idea for that. If you are able to get Vaughn on here ever again, everyone that you invite in, you need to set your avatar to that Baby Jane avatar and have everyone's name be Baby Jane. But we all refer to each other by our actual our real names. So in Vaughn's head, he's the only one that sees it.
Oh, that would be.
It's funny.
Yeah, but would Baby Jane ever get over that? I mean,
Well, I mean, he accused like what 3 different people of being her.
Who did he think Katie was?
I think Katie was burnt toast.
No, he kept saying, "Aren't
No.
you Katie so and so?" And she was like, "No, dude, I don't
Katie
even
Childers.
fucking know you." And then he was like, "Well, you've
Katie
been in
Childers.
contact with Jack Frost or whoever the Frost guy is." And she's like, "Dude, what the fuck are you talking about?"
Yeah, the Katie that was in that stream is a different person.
Right.
And it's not burnt toast. But then Jules came in, and granted, her and that Katie sound a little bit alike, but they're clearly not the same person.
Like they could be sisters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, to be fair to Vaughn, all these women sound like communists to me. So
Now we're all speaking Russian.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the bitch with having sex with a communist woman is, once you have an orgasm, you can't have another until everybody else in the country has had one.
The country jizz jar.
That's an old Marxist joke for you. Never mind.
Should we start calling Stinky like Comrade Stinky? I'm just, throwing that out.
Sorry, no, I was someone sent me an email.
For fucking kids
Was
in
it Vaughn?
AO, and they're gone.
No, someone sent me an email of old tune they were about G-Man, so I've never seen it before. I'm kind of excited.
On with your kids, and there's
Put your dick away, Frank.
do about it. Why? Because you
Just go with
forfeited
it.
your fucking rights,
All
dumbass.
right.
Okay, and see, this is what they did not fucking let me say, and they didn't want to hear it anyway. So I mean, that's
You're the only one that anybody can fucking hear. Like, you're
Yeah.
screaming.
I like how he acts like he was set up or some shit. When
Well,
they just,
It was.
they
It
just
was
straight
all
up asked him, "Hey,
You
A or
handed
B?"
You handed
From
off the
Dr.
stream without telling them. That goddamn drag. He's an
Yeah.
evil, manipulative bastard controlling people's minds and setting up poor Vaughn like that.
How does he do it?
Yeah, even Drag gave him a warning. He wanted on Drag stream. Drag got him on. He's like, Drag's like, look, this is not a safe place. If people want in, I'm gonna let them in. He's like, oh, that's fine.
I mean,
He let people in. And people
that drag, he's a regular fucking Svengali, I tell you.
it's okay. But see, if you forfeit your rights, you lose your kids anyway. They're gone. But see, they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that because they're trying to goad me into saying I hate my kids. Is basically
Y'all
what
not
they're
ready for
trying to
this
do.
discussion.
We didn't have to goad you into saying it. You said it. Like,
They're trying to goat him into saying he hates his kids.
He offered
Yeah.
that information up
I'm not
very
gonna say that
willingly.
I'm not going to say that Vaughn hates his kids, but I will say that Vaughn is completely indifferent. He does not give a shit.
No,
Yeah.
no, it's a paycheck.
Yeah, it's about that money. Yep.
It's the prophecy, folks.
They're trying to say, oh, look at Von Helton. He'll defend the Constitution, but he'll let his kids be taken from him. If I love my children, yes, I will let them be taken. If I love my children, I will defend that Constitution to the fucking death because my children depend on that Constitution being around tomorrow.
No, your children are supposed to be depending on you as a father and a breadwinner and a nurturer and a role model and I don't know what else, I mean.
I don't know about you guys, but I agree with his assessment here. His kids should be taken, and he can continue his defending of the Constitution like he's doing right now. I'm fine with that, Vaughn. Good choice.
Vaughn just proved the old adage: if you love something, let it go.
Yeah. If they come back, it's meant to be. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, he never cared about his kids. He only cared about the monthly tugboat for his son's autism.
Those poor kids are going to grow up to fucking hate him.
Oh, no doubt.
Wait till they get junior high age. Wait till his because they're going to start seeing the internet. Their friends are going to show it to them. They're going to go, "Oh, is it your last name the same as his? Is this your dad? Oh my God, those kids are going to be."
I mean, I hope whoever he's fostered with are good to those kids, at least so they have some sort of stability in their lives.
You never know.
In the foster care system, they're gonna die.
Yeah, exactly.
They're going to get sold off to Saudi Arabian sheiks for sex slaves.
Well, that happened before, remember?
Yeah, they just barely got them back. They only made it as far as Puerto Rico before CPS had to bring them back. But a couple more weeks, they'd have been gone. Yeah.
Did Vaughn think that he was also Liam Neeson from Taken? This sounds like the storyline to Taken.
Well, they sent out the cancel order because, you know, I mean, if they don't actually make delivery, they have to bring them back if the judge orders the kids returned, so that doesn't arouse suspicion. Blow the whole fucking ring wide open. I mean, geez, don't be stupid, man. Don't you know how this shit works? It's all over the fucking internet.
True. If someone does adopt them, they'll end up changing that last name.
Yeah, man, you never know. One day, one of Vaughn's kids could replace Billy on the Geek Room.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
They've got the most in-depth inside knowledge.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the therapy those kids have to go through? I mean, yeah, foster care can be rough on kids, if they get into the right family, and especially if the kids are all together and stuff. I get that. I've known people that went through the foster care system. Some had better experiences than others, but I really find it hard to think that there's anywhere worse. There could be anything worse than where having Vaughn with his kids, because he's in the bit. I'd give my kids up just to keep my rights, just so I can stay on the internet, which, I mean, he doesn't even get enough views to be relevant to
exactly
the mainstream internet, where everything goes viral and everything, and it's a couple hundred people.
He can't make the argument that he's making any kind of revenue off this, that it's beneficial to you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't that long ago that fucking Vaughn and Brett were trying to convince G-Man to leave YouTube and go over to BitChute. And when they were having that conversation, I was just like, oh, please let this happen. I want to see G-Man take down his main channel, his fucking WMD, and go over to BitChute and sit there for the rest of his fucking lifetime on YouTube with his 108 subs.
Yeah,
you are sentenced to exile.
I mean, Lamorte even, I think I pronounced it right, says he was adopted. Unfortunately, they will grow up to be curious about the people who sired them. Luckily for Lamorte, his birth mother and father never turned out to be like Helton. And sometimes, it happens where parents, like a mother will give up a child because she doesn't have the ability to take care of it. Or,
I mean, you got to think, how much of a transition would it have to be for those children to go from living in that fucking trailer to living inside of an actual, functioning household?
Having some kind of structure besides, yeah. There's probably at least one of them is probably having more problems with it than yeah.
Because without that Constitution, they got no rights. You got no rights. I got no rights. Nobody has any rights because the Constitution tells us where our rights come from. They come from a creator God.
No, they don't.
I like how now the bargain was.
No,
Vaughn.
no, you stupid motherfucker, Vaughn.
Right.
You have never read the Constitution in your goddamn life. The first fucking words are "we the people," not Almighty God. You ignorant hillbilly,
no doubt,
black-jawed, sway-back, glassy-eyed piece of shit.
No.
Fuck me, senseless.
It were God that done it.
I mean, this is the same guy that he tries to make the argument that all of the founding fathers were fundamentalist Christians because it says in the Constitution, in the year of our Lord 1776.
That's how they used to talk.
Exactly.
If he was a constitutionalist like he claims to be, he would know that the Constitution wasn't ratified until 1789.
Yeah, that was the Declaration of Independence in 1776.
Being locked in an empty room all day and night is a form of structure. Yeah.
Which amendment says if you have custody of your kids, you don't have a First Amendment right? I can't remember which one it is.
That's the 98th Amendment.
Yeah.
What year are you from, Grampy?
That was ratified by Barack Obama.
From the future.
on a secret ballot. They put that one in there.
It's called the
that's
Helton.
right. That's right.
Dad. Oh, gee, I seem to recall a certain pagan whose gods are unnamed.
Pagan.
Isn't that a coincidence? Isn't that a coincidence that I just happen to know a pagan whose gods are unnamed?
You're the only person. You're the only person who knows who that pagan is, Vaughn.
Yes. To answer their stupid ass hypothetical, I would give up my children if it meant defending the Constitution. Because if I don't defend the Constitution,
it's just your rights in the scenario. It's not everyone's rights. Where the fuck are you now pulling in that everyone loses their rights?
So if you swore an oath to defend the Constitution of the United States, that means that you can't have children?
Yeah, that's wasn't even the question that was asked. It was like, hey, if they tell you to get off of YouTube, would you do it? And he's like, no, that goes against my freedom of speech. And then he spins it off of this.
He doesn't understand freedom of speech or what it even pertains to in the Constitution. Now, I'm not a constitutionalist. I'm not but there's people out there I know that have read it. It's been explained on numerous occasions. Vaughn also claims that the Constitution is not a living document. Then it can't be changed. I guess he's not aware of like something called amendments.
All
98 of them.
Just the first one, maybe the second.
And it's amazing to me how many people are so worried about the first and second fucking amendment and really don't have an idea exactly what they really mean or what any of the other amendments are.
Vaughn swore an oath to uphold the Constitution. He's been to court how many times? He's also sworn an oath to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. What the fuck happened to that one?
No, he skipped that part.
But are we sure he knows? You know what I mean? If he's schizophrenic, he might really believe his own lies.
That's what I think. I'm serious. I've thought that for the longest. As the first time I heard that undiagnosed schizophrenic, I've known people, and I'm not just, people out there. There's a lot of people undiagnosed with schizophrenia, of hallucinations. Let me see. The Geek Room, Grampy Lobster Von Helton is the only guy I know for the room. Fuck the kids means two things. Okay.
Sometimes you gotta let Grampy go. You just gotta wind him up and let him go.
And you got, I trust me. I promise I'll be fucked up next week. I'm not. I haven't been high in like 2 days, and my last stream that I did the other night was my last hurrah. That was the last bit of chocolate I had for a while. And, the eagle is in the air. And Monday,
the eagle sheds.
Yeah. The eagle lands on Monday. Too bad the eagle doesn't fly on Sundays, but that is, I don't know. That's the day of our Lord. We're not supposed to,
in the year of our Lord as well.
In the year of our Lord.
1776 will commence again.
Come in the house and take them anyway in the dark of night. I lose them anyway. But see, they wouldn't let me get that out. They wouldn't let me say that because it would totally destroy their narrative. See, because
no one could hear over you. You could have said whatever the fuck you wanted to.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me. I'm sorry.
Well, you too. You too. Yeah, fuck you, Grampy. I know you like it when I talk to you like that.
I know.
That's what kills me about him and G-Man. How sad is it that they live their entire life in this near constant state of paranoia? At any given moment, the fucking atheists, they're going to come for him.
In G-Man's case, he probably should be a little paranoid of cars at the very least.
Well, and he made it really fucking clear to me how paranoid he was when he was like, "Oh, you're not Katie so-and-so? Well, you're still fucking allied with my neighbor, Mr. Frost, or whatever."
I'm still suing you. I don't know who the fuck you are, but I'm suing you.
Yeah, he's asking somebody to send him his docs, but he
Put your information right here.
Yeah.
You know what? If he gets a judgment against me, I'll give up a lot of things, but I am not giving up my toilet bowl coffee cup.
He's going to require your legs from this settlement, Grampy.
I mean, he could try to sue me, but he's probably only going to get like a PS4 out of it or something.
Yeah.
He'll do it.
He could have my old laptop and a few coffee cups, and
just you wait till the weather breaks, Jake. He's coming for that PS4.
Trey is Von Helton hates his kids. That's the narrative they're trying to portray. And this socialist piece of garbage, because let's be clear, they're all socialists. Okay, they both.
What evidence do you have for that?
Well, who's Bernie Sanders? He is an admitted socialist, right? Okay. All right. So these are socialists.
Not really.
All right.
No.
Who hate the Constitution, who hate America, who hate every patriotic thing there is. Okay, but they give a hypothetical. Give up your freedom of speech, your rights under the Constitution, or we keep your kids. Well, nobody's ever going to do that.
These people love their straw man. I mean,
Yeah.
Let's go on to the next one. Next one, he talks
I'm
about.
trying to figure out what one has to do with the other.
It doesn't. It
Yeah,
gets
they
even
don't.
nuttier when you go to the next video. It's just like
It's his excuse of like why he doesn't feel why he's not going to get his kids back.
it's the same shit. Same shit G-Man does. It just takes one thing and fucking goes way off on another direction with it.
You know,
So-
one thing that G-Man that Vaughn does have. I'm sorry. One thing that Vaughn does at least right now have over G-Man is a permanent home. I mean, maybe not for long. I don't know, but
It depends. I was going to say it depends on how you define permanent.
He's going to keep that PO box there, though, so don't worry.
But like this is what I brought up in Grampy's stream yesterday. Like hearing Shani say that she thinks that Von Helton needs anger management, that was the best thing he's heard in months, because now he has a way of explaining why he's not going to get his kids back. Is because some troll sent CPS that one little snippet of that stream, and that's all they needed to hear. It wasn't It wasn't like they sat there and watched him fucking turning purple, screaming at the internet for 9 fucking hours.
yeah, and CPS already has it. You know, like he said, you know, it's already been sent. You know, I mean, they've got teams of people at CPS right now keeping an eye on Von Helton and watching all of his videos and taking phone calls from all the haters and trolls.
When I watched that stream, I was just fucking yelling to myself when he's saying how CPS works and shit. And
No, even the way he tries to spin it, that's how it works in Clay County. No, it isn't. I know for a fact.
I like the fact that he's like standing by his, you know, whatever his convictions on this in the original stream on this channel. So much so that he felt that he had to make not one but 2 videos defending why he said this
On 2
That's
different
interesting.
platforms.
Right?
One of the things. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's one reason he's been hitting up Facebook a lot more often, is because Vaughn loves to have a live audience.
Oh yeah.
Making videos is one thing, but having an active audience watching you, even if it's, you know, one person in Vaughn's case, he gets off on it. I'm sure it makes his fucking dick hard.
I mean, Facebook is
Oh,
full.
I really didn't need to think of that. You know, like
too bad.
Yeah, I said the same.
You are now.
I said the same thing. He gets off on it. This is the closest thing to a piece of ass this man's had in years.
Mm-hmm.
Not since Andrea's ass went out that door. He ain't had none.
well, she was a nymphomaniac. You know, that fucking.
I'm sure the first couple of days he was happy for the rest, but after that, you gotta kind of start missing it.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it speaks loudly of his character that he would try to breed or did breed with someone who probably isn't in a mental shape to take care of kids.
I don't think she's got the capacity to like consent.
That's kind of what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next video, because he just basically repeats himself through this whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, it's
No way, not Vaughn.
oh no,
Who was it?
Yeah.
Oh, you know, I was going to say something. You know, he likes to brag on his kids' awards that they won and everything. They've been up there for how many fucking years? They got the one certificate is like crinkling up. The other one's all wrinkled. I mean, if you're not proud of it, first of all, most people, like when most people I don't know. I remember that was where everything went on in the front of the refrigerator. You know, you get some magnets or some clips or something. Hey, look what so-and-so did in school.
Yeah, somebody the other day said that he has a script and he follows that script. I can't remember who it was, but that's really accurate.
Oh yeah, he's got his shtick memorized and he sticks right to it. But even as well as he has his routine down, he's still managed to fuck up constantly and let something new slip. I mean, he just can't. You get him wound up, he'll keep repeating his script, but every now and then he'll fucking drop in some new little nugget of information that he didn't really want out there.
Well, we just saw, like, in that other video where he was listening to himself, he was, like, mouthing the same words as the video. So, I mean,
he coach himself.
Yeah. You could easily you could easily stay one step ahead of him in this fucking chat. You can get him wound up, get him rolling. You can pick up word for word 2 sentences ahead of what he's going to say next.
Yep.
You know, Beach made a comment too. He said, wasn't Andrea underage when Vaughn started hitting on her? Yeah, it was a thing, but he didn't want her there until she was, like, quote unquote of age, which anybody, I don't know. When you get to a certain age in your life and you start saying things like, "Oh, well, she's of age. Oh, she's not a minor." That to me is
Cobes.
It's some Onision shit.
It's creepy as fuck. I mean, even when I was single, or I never walked around like, looking for some of age girls. Because I'm looking for somebody at least somewhere in the ballpark of my fucking age. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
give them a pass.
Well, they're breeding. Like when they're 20, it's good breeding material. It's like that's just creepy as fuck.
Yes, it is.
In Kentucky, if they're old enough to go to the store, they're old enough to get bread.
Ugh.
Oh God.
Yeah. The only reason I give Cobes a pass for that is just for the fact of how many fucking times that kid has been catfished.
Yeah, that's something Lucas Warner would say. Yeah, he says that a lot too. So.
Catfish right now.
Fucking Cobes.
I want to know what he got a fucking strike for.
I don't know.
Aside from playing Cobes, yeah, he got a community strike.
Try that disgusting ass food he's making.
I don't know if the algorithm hit the right way or some shit like that. I'm sure that he did something or said something. I don't know. Bite-sized Cobra vids probably, after the age of 35, the risk of autism rises dramatically.
All righty, folks. The little red sign says we are live, we are live, we are live.
And I think this one's from his Facebook. Yeah.
I've seen this one.
Later in the day, you can tell by the light on the fucking
jump in briefly
tablet on the window.
The pieces of garbage that are on the internet.
That would be us.
I will never get my kids back.
You're not.
You won't.
That
it's not happening.
I'll never see my kids again, etc.
You won't.
You won't. Yep.
And I want to
supervision
because
maybe at the Burger King, old man.
Oh yeah, listen to this. He actually.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Can you speed him up a little bit?
Speed. Faster.
Yeah. 1.5 is
Adderall.
Okay, look me in the eye and tell me who says shit like that. Who says you are a piece of shit? That's who says that stuff. Okay.
You'll never get your kids back, Stinky.
Real Americans, real parents, real.
I am a real American.
People don't say
Fight for the rights of every Vaughn.
He's probably got that playing in his fucking trailer when right before he goes on camera.
Let me tell you something, CPS.
When does the heel turn come and he joins the New World Order? Like the actual, when's that happening?
Mr. Black.
He's got to drop a leg on fucking G-Man.
I can't believe Von Hilton would lead us down the primrose path.
I want to see if Nightmare. I want to see if American Nightmare 3 guy can do a video of Von Helton wrestling somebody.
Somebody from CPS. And he loses.
It'd be like that one match they had in WWE years ago where they had Rey Mysterio's kid like for custody in a fucking ladder match.
Let Vaughn just sit there and just take a beating. It's easy. Vaughn, get your ass on here. You're not getting your damn Mountain Dew. I'm just saying.
So that's number one. But number two,
Is he out there?
This is called cursing.
Oh no.
Oh, show me the booty hole. Oh.
On the field play ball.
Yeah, sounds about right. Kentucky.
I want to make it abundantly clear because it needs to be said because nobody's saying it, so I might as well say it, right? The important thing to get from all this, because I know people by now have seen on the internet, they're saying it over and over and over and over and over. What is that repetition for? Is there a reason? Yeah, repetition.
Yeah,
So
we're not going to get
Vaughn would ever
back.
repeat himself. Fuck me.
Yeah, we didn't just skip the last video because he was saying the same shit ad nauseum. No way.
He thinks this is going to make him look good when he goes to court.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, he's going to have Gary in his corner, so that's all the help he needs.
Yeah, you know what? If the gravy dome catches on fire, don't call the fire station because that's socialism.
Oh.
It's true.
Yeah.
Because what they're doing is they're putting a curse on
Pay your fire department bill, Vaughn.
and that's why they're spewing it out of their mouth like they are. You'll never see your children again. You'll never see your children again. You'll never see your children again.
You're right, Vaughn. We're secret voodoo priests, and we're cursing you.
That's right.
I'm actually one of his gods.
I put a spell on you.
Bran, you. Oh, jeez.
Don't call me that. I don't have a name.
Oh, okay. I think we should all go without names. We could be gods too. There's no reverse cowgirl in Cadell. Oh my God. Artie Vrosty, that's just that's past being Ron. That's jeez. I wish I was fucking high. That would have been funny.
And that repetition helps to manifest that wish that they have into reality. It's a form of witchcraft. It's a form of magic. As somebody who is a practitioner of magic, I should know.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they're doing. They're putting a curse on me. They're saying, you will never see your kids again. Who the fuck says shit like that?
Okay, let's all repeat the curse. Vaughn, you're never getting your kids back.
Vaughn, you're going to get your kids back.
I think the better question is who treats their kids like that?
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah. Well, you know what, though? They had clean linen, they had a roof over their head, and they had food in their mouth. Anything more than that, that's all that's legally required. That when you have kids, make sure they have clothes, a place to sleep, some food in their bellies, and and other things. No, it's just,
that's what you want for your kids, right? The absolute bare fucking minimum.
not even the fucking minimum. Jeez,
right?
we saw the fact that they had no toys in their fucking room. I mean, God, they had to play with a fucking rotten watermelon or a melon. Fuck. Pull the slats out on the fucking bed, pretend, jeez. But Vaughn was getting all that fucking mail and all those packages and shit. But he's eating bologna sandwiches, folks. Just remember that.
They were eating peasant under glass.
Yeah, that's still one of the craziest things I've ever heard. It's like, I can just imagine some 8-9-year-old. At the time, his kids would have been like, 7 and 8 years old. Can you imagine giving your kid now steak tips? I can understand that, if the kid knows how to eat steak tips. But pheasant under glass, first of all, I looked around. I don't think there's a restaurant in Rhode Island that serves pheasant under glass. I looked at a lot of menus for a lot of 5-star places that, you would think they might have coq au vin or, like something like pheasant. I can't find it anywhere. $100 a plate. That's right, man.
Yeah, you might be able to get it from a high-end catering outfit if you had them cater your.
Yeah, special order. Yeah.
But yeah, you ain't gonna find it on the fucking menu anywhere.
Yeah, and then $100 complaining about the amount of money that he doesn't have, but then he's saying that his kids eat something that costs $100 a plate.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, kids oftentimes when you when you go to a restaurant, that's why they have kids meals, and because you try to give them that big portion. or something that the grown-ups might be eating. I mean, what kid wants to eat pheasant under glass? Unless they're like raised in a hunting, family where they, hunt pheasants and whatever. But just to go out and kids tonight, we're going to Golden Corral and have some pheasant under glass, But he's going to get billions off of all of us, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I caught that.
I just can't wait till he's sitting in Bran's living room drinking his Mountain Dew. See, he doesn't need a case of Mountain Dew. He's going to be drinking your Mountain Dew pretty soon.
Vaughn's
Out of
already
your fridge, man. I'm telling you.
How do you know Vaughn's not already here? How do you know that we're not feasting on a steak dinner? And that he is indeed showing me his booty hole.
No shit. And that song playing too? Oh my God.
Von ist still Herbst 2020.
Yeah, I just caught that. Who's your buddy? I was looking at my Twitter and Chadwick Boseman, the guy who played Black Panther, died today. Today.
Oh,
yeah,
no
just
shit.
saw that.
He's young, right?
Yeah.
From what?
Too bad.
Colon cancer.
Oh,
Damn, dude, that's terrible.
Jay Morgan roadkill under glass.
Ew.
See, where he lives, I'm sure that roadkill is legal,
Hey, fuck you. I've eaten roadkill lots of times.
No, like I've eaten venison that came from a deer that wandered out the fucking road before, but
I've gone into the ditch to make roadkill so I could have venison, for fuck's sake. But that's, a whole nother story.
Well, you live in Wisconsin too.
Yeah. The carnage on the highway is unspeakable. They don't even bother picking up the fucking dead deer anymore. They just drag them off to the side and let them rot in the ditch.
I remember seeing armadillos all over the fucking place when I drove through Texas. Holy shit. It's illegal to eat roadkill in California. It's just a little thing. People will they'll kill something and then take it home, throw it in a pot, throw it in the oven, whatever. They'll clean it. Not understanding, not knowing if that roadkill has any type of
Right. Parasites or something.
I've eaten stuff that could be considered roadkill. I've eaten squirrel. I've eaten certain things. Like I said, the deer that didn't look at cross. It didn't look at the lights. And tried to cross the road on a red light. Boom, and it was good. But just picking stuff off the road. No, I don't know. I don't know. Depends on who was cooking it. If I trusted that person.
Yeah. Well, it used to be in Wisconsin, if you hit a deer and you wanted to keep the meat out of it, you'd have to call the sheriff's department. They have to come out, have a deputy tag it or a game warden tag it, and then you could take it home with you. They finally just gave up on that. All you have to do is call the sheriff's department and report it. Say, yeah, I hit a deer. I'm taking it with me. So you have a record of it for your fucking insurance company. Beyond that, they don't even give a shit anymore.
Frank, whose fucking faces are on that Pikachu and Pidgeotto there? Because I'm trying to see.
Not sure.
Oh, Jay Morgan. Again, with Wisconsin and roadkill. A few years back, there was a guy who was arrested because he was out riding his bike one day and decided that dead deer on the side of the road was some goddamn sexy. Hopped off and started fucking.
Oh yeah, there's a few videos of people fucking deers on.
That girl Cecil McFly, who did a video on Shani, has a 2-part series about the furry community and some of the shit that goes on. And I mean, it's really fucked up, like people raping animals and shit. It's bad.
Yeah, killing puppies and raping their bodies.
Just shit that I don't understand how people do. But...
Well, I don't know this for a fact, but it's in the side chat, so I'm going to report it as fact. Vaughn has sex with roadkill.
We can believe that.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Whoever in the chat. The Geek Room did not say that.
In Skyrim.
Oh yeah, more apt to be in Skyrim. It's TGIF. Some people say TGIF. I say poets. Piss on everything. Tomorrow's Saturday. Anyway, but Deviant Lulu, how you doing?
I'd love to see a live reaction of Von Helton playing fucking Minecraft. Like, what the fuck is this? I can't jerk off to this.
Oh, apparently that's Dell on Pikachu and Pidgeotto. Just answered.
Skyrim horse vagina mods and escalated up the roadkill. Yeah, that's how it usually works there, Quasi.
Okay.
Yep.
You'll notice on the internet, no one's calling these trolls out on their bullshit. Not one person. Not one person is getting in these trolls' face and say, you're the evil one, not Von Helton, because you're putting a curse on him, telling him that he'll never get his kids back.
What does that tell you?
You pieces of shit, you're putting a curse on Von Helton. There. You're happy now, Irv. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody called him out. There.
It hurt my feelings.
Please hang on the list of my children.
Good. I love
They're actually saying that shit. These are sick motherfuckers. And it's Larry Frost, Jim Frost, Ronnie Ray, and Marcia Frost that are leading the charge on this shit. My mother's own supposed family, who I now know aren't even blood to her. They're not even relatives of hers. They're way out there, distant fucking relatives. Might not even be a relative. They're so far out there. But they're going to get on Facebook and they're going to tell these trolls on the internet that I don't deserve my kids and that I'll never see my kids again.
You don't.
That's what.
Bear in mind,
Now, my
Von is
lawyer-
convinced that a first cousin is not a blood relation.
Yeah.
She was
his mother-
mom's sister's kid. She's
Yeah.
not blood to me, you stupid motherfucker. She's your aunt's daughter. That's your first cousin. Even in Kentucky, they understand cousins because they're mostly fucking them, for Christ's sake. They know how it works.
Well, that's how they get them all closed up, you know, and you know.
Yeah.
It's fucking degenerate, man.
Hey, MudBrooker, apparently you're supposed to scroll up and see what just happened. I'm not really sure.
What
I don't know. Hogtie Champs in the side chat saying MudBrooker, scroll up and see what. Yeah.
How far?
I don't know. He just put an arrow up there and said scroll up.
Was that MudBrooker who said that? I'm laughing my bag off.
No, he's right. Like,
I'm scrolling, just trying to figure out where to stop. Can't believe that just happened.
Well, apparently Yato God is a furry too, and it's hashtag not all furries. And I think that, I mean, if we put all furries in the same category, folks, you know, isn't that just wrong too? You know,
maybe.
Ray and Marcia Frost. And they will show up in a future court date. Watch it happen. Okay, you don't get on the internet and say, I don't, and put a curse on me saying I should never see my kids again. I'll never see my kids again. I'll never get my kids back. Okay, you don't do shit like that. That's sick and twisted. And not only that, it shows that you don't give a fuck about anything. And therefore, Larry Frost, you deserve to lose your children. If you're going to sit there and say, I don't deserve to see my kids ever again, don't be surprised if the gods I serve make sure you never see your kids ever again.
how would that fucking work?
Okay, the gods I serve actually react. They don't, it isn't some pie in the sky like the Christian God.
Yeah. His gods actually do shit, so he got his kids taken away.
Right.
Everybody else has their kids, except for Stinky, but his gods are like working so hard overtime, you know.
The gods were like, yeah, bro, you were pretty fucked up.
He sits on his ass and does nothing. You know, because let's be honest, folks, where is the Christian God in all this? Shouldn't he have responded by now? Shouldn't he have done something by now? I mean, 2 destroyed marriages, 2 dead children. Where the fuck is the Christian God? Oh, he's on fucking holiday. He's not available right now. Sorry, guys. He's not available right now. Okay, so
yeah, I blocked your number too.
Legit, they're real. They're going to do something. Okay, what I do not know, nor do I care, because it's not my place to tell God what to do, or God's in my case.
Yeah,
it's
so
not what to do, right?
So he doesn't care. That's like right there. He doesn't care.
The fairness, I mean, because what do we hear from these fucking Google Hangouts? Fairness. Okay, fairness says that if you get my kids taken away by CPS,
What the fuck?
you should lose your kids by CPS. That would be fairness, right? Yeah.
No,
I know what fairness is, folks. Okay.
Look,
so, here we go.
I've known people before in my life that have had like CPS cases. CPS would come in, make sure they had food in the house, make sure the kids were clean. You know, I mean, I get it. You know, sometimes parents aren't the best. They take some classes. And all but one person I've been a few people I've known. One person never got their kids back, but they also signed away their rights because, they decided they couldn't take care of it. But somebody gets their kids away. If somebody's happy that some kids might have a chance at a better life, that's what makes Stinky angry, that his kids might actually be happy.
Yeah.
And he's not getting Jerry's check anymore.
Their own family, it's alleged family, because we now know they're not family to my mother at all. The only connection that they have to my mother is that my mother's maiden name was Frost and their last name is Frost. That's it. They're from a half brother twice removed. What does that mean?
A half brother means they share a fucking parent.
Yeah.
Okay, and they're certainly.
I can half brother twice removed.
God. Oh.
Alrighty.
Not blood.
No.
Not blood to my mother at all. Okay. But what is Jim Frost, Larry Frost, Ronnie Ray, and Marcia Frost doing, and Millie Frost? What are they doing? They're running around claiming to be related to my mother, aren't they? Yeah, you know why? So that they can get her shit. They can get her money, they can get her property, they can get everything, because they're claiming to be a relative. See, because they know, according to Kentucky state law, only a blood heir is entitled to the property. That's it.
That's not true.
That's a fact.
It's next of kin.
Heir is entitled. Okay.
No, Grampy, it's different where he lives.
My mother, so that they can take this property. Okay, that's what they want. All right. Anyways, back to my story. They're sitting there putting this curse over me, and that's why they get in the trolls to say it over and over and over again, so that it'll manifest into this realm and become solid and become fact. Because see, if you say something over and over, what did Joseph Goebbels say? What did Joseph Goebbels, head of Adolf Hitler, say? He said, "Say it often, say it repeatedly, say it over and over again, and tell as big a lie as you possibly can." Because
kind of like what Stinky does every fucking day. You know?
Yeah.
You would think somebody named Von Helton would be able to pronounce Goebbels correctly.
That's blasphemy.
Hey, we say tomato, we say tomato. It's Goebbels. You know, I hope the Frost gets the property too. I hope they fucking evict him. I really do. For a long time I thought, yeah, I let Von stay there. You know, he's harmless and shit. I want him evicted. I want him homeless. I want to see him in a cardboard box or living in a fucking homeless shelter.
I doubt any of the family around there is going to take him in.
Why would they at this point?
Yeah.
I mean, he used to be
The
friends.
Frost family crime syndicate could kick in and help him out.
He used to be friends with Chief Big Titties or Larry. You know, but when all this shit starts happening, he's burning bridges, man. I mean, damn. Sometimes
let the bridges you burn light your way.
I'm gonna say right now that I think it would be fucking epic to see Vaughn attempt to do a live stream from like a McDonald's or a library and watching him get escorted out live.
I think the best content would be if somebody could get into court with CPS and see that fucker go on his crazy rants.
Suplex, where you at, buddy?
Oh, and he'll have that clip-on tie with his Sunday best short sleeve fucking white shirt.
I just want to hear him screaming about these Frost people put a curse on him because they're witches and communists and start going in that direction. See what the fucking judge is going to do.
But
we might get we might get a second version of Rob Beasley.
Oh Jesus!
Oh, I'm sure they've dealt with it in the past and are probably just sick of seeing him in court, for the same shit over and over again.
Yeah, they just taser his ass as soon as he starts rambling.
Yeah, that would be funny.
I don't see a downside.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
if he gets evicted, I want to see the fucking footage, the cam footage from the cops. To me, that would be funnier than watching Shanny get arrested.
Oh, that was pretty funny though.
If someone could get the fucking footage of Vaughn just like completely losing his shit and getting tased in the middle of court,
Don't tase me, bro.
The only thing that could ever top that is the fucking body cam footage of G goes to Texas.
Hey, Yano God, we're not making things up right now, okay? Everything we're saying right now is something that at least somebody said before. We're not making things up. And just because something might not be the truth, we're not spreading anything. And it's not spreading things if it's something you already heard.
I think he's talking about Vaughn.
We're just writing up an Amazon wish list. We're not saying we have this shit yet. We're just saying we'd like to have it at some point.
No, I know Yato enough to know he's just fucking around. He's not serious.
Check out Emo Hollingwolf's fucking Amazon wish list. His first item is a little skirt. It's really, really cute.
Where's Pete Barnes when you need him?
That's Joseph Goebbels said that shit. The propaganda minister for Adolf Hitler. He said that. Look it up.
Google it.
These people are putting a curse on me. That's what they're doing. They're putting a real bona fide curse. Larry Frost, Jim Frost, Ronnie Ray and Marcia Frost, and Millie Frost. They are saying
Ronnie Ray.
you will never see her.
Everybody put on your headgear right now. Get ready to throw out that giant curse. You know, like,
it were Ronnie Ray what done it.
I can't
Billy Joe
imagine
Bob Frank Frost.
when he's in court. I can't imagine his fucking lawyer's just like, Jesus Christ, dude.
He's got a court appointed.
Of course, but
Yeah.
then they have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Fucking
And when you're smarter than your own attorney.
Is it Christian to destroy someone's marriage? No. Why? Because the Bible says that God is the one that puts marriages together. So if they're destroying someone's marriage, what are they doing? They're backslapping God right in the face, aren't they? Well,
Slapping God.
Penis.
All right, that's what it's called. It's called blasphemy.
Wait a minute, I thought you were pagan.
Bad word. You are committing blasphemy. All right.
See, that's the thing he talks about. He talks about being a pagan, but he always likes to bring up God, Jesus, Christianity. You know,
I hate to tell you, Vaughn, being a pagan is blasphemy to Jehovah.
I know, and I can't understand why
Yeah.
G-Man, I mean, G-Man talks about atheists and all this stuff. You know, Vaughn isn't into Jesus either, I mean, so what's the...
And he's committed acts of witchcraft in public.
Yeah, right.
If G-Man had the courage of his convictions and the strength of his faith, he'd be on his way to burn Vaughn at the stake right fucking now.
In Minecraft.
Or Skyrim.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I don't know what this blaspheme is. I know blasphemy, but I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, sure, yeah.
He's pronouncing blasphemy as blasphemy.
Yeah.
Well, that was the proper pronunciation before all the communist professors came in the 30s and rewrote everything.
That's true.
That's communistic grammar.
Commies.
What is God? Okay, Rick Zilla said Vaughn likes to bring up God, Jesus, and the bear conductor. What's the bear conductor?
It's the wire you don't want to touch.
Is that like the new Holy Trinity?
Yes.
So who would win in a fist fight? The Holy Ghost or the bear conductor?
Yes.
I'm betting on the bear conductor.
Well, does the bear conductor have bear claws?
He might.
Right to bear arms.
We don't know.
He has a small bear army.
I mean, is it too crazy to say that Shani might be a better parent than Vaughn? I mean, that's wild if it is.
No, it's
marginally, I guess.
Yeah, it depends on how you define better. That's like saying, would I rather be? Is it better to be shot in the face or shot in the heart?
You could say Vaughn.
Or shot in the leg.
You could say Vaughn is a worse parent, but it's hard to say Shani's better.
Right. All right. Yeah, I could see that.
It's like saying is -1 less than 0?
It's a situational type thing, folks.
Slightly less shitty,
folks.
There is no forgiveness. In fact, Jesus doubled down on it. He said, not only is there no forgiveness in this life, but there's no forgiveness in the life.
I saw you double down on a Go-Gurt, Vaughn.
Marriage, you are literally blaspheming God, because it's God that puts the marriage together. It's God that brings the children. It's God that establishes a family.
That's
God also said, feed your fucking kids and make them bathe.
To arrest my now ex-wife.
Yeah, and something about if you don't work, you don't eat, essentially. What about that, too?
I've been divorced 3 times. Does that mean I blasphemed God 3 times?
Blasphemy.
Blasphemed?
Well, Vaughn was divorced before, and he remarried. That means he had been he was committing adultery the entire time with Andrea.
Absolutely. I've been ever since my conviction for adultery. I've been committing adultery as often as possible.
It's good to hear.
Yep.
Okay, that I was there when it happened. I was literally sitting in the living room when he did it. When you do shit like that, you are literally blaspheming God, for real. Okay, so is Jim Frost going to heaven? Fuck no. Is Larry Frost going to heaven? Fuck no. Is Ronnie Ray and Marsha Frost going to heaven? Fuck no.
Ronnie
Frost going to heaven? Fuck no. Not according to the Bible.
I bet he's a NASCAR driver.
Life or in the life to come. Jesus said that shit, not Von Helton. Okay, so if you're going to sit there and claim to be a Christian, well, you're pretty much wasting your time, because after you commit you don't get a chance to go to heaven.
There you go, Bran. You're not a Christian anymore.
Sweet.
So this is a curse, isn't it? They're putting a curse on me. You will never see your children ever again. You know, you won't. And what did the troll say in that live hangout? Oh, we're doing this so that you'll never get any money. We're taking the kids away so you won't have any money.
Here we go. Watch.
That's
Listen.
stupid because I do got money. But it's the
No, you
idea
don't.
of what they're doing. The reason they're going, so we found out through these live hangouts that the reason they're going after my kids is because they believe that if they take the kids away, I won't have any money, right? Okay, so it all becomes crystal clear now what they're doing. And we know why the Frosts are constantly calling CPS. They're constantly calling CPS in the hopes that I'll get angry and I'll fucking leave the property, and then they just come in and take the property by fiat. Well, I'm not leaving the property. And I'm
Because
not
that's how it
Fiat.
works.
Who's driving a Fiat? Who's driving a
I
Fiat?
destroyed my family and my marriage is going to go to prison for it ultimately. Right through the shit out of them.
I think we should still back it by gold.
Because when you get on the internet and you plot to destroy someone's marriage and someone's family, you are the lowest of the low. You are a fucking maggot at that point. Right? Did Jim Frost
Fucking maggots.
call the sheriff to have my ex-wife arrested? Yes, he did. I was sitting here when it happened. And my mom got up. She went grabbed the phone, called the sheriff. Deputy sheriff comes out. And mom was screaming at him.
How much of a dickhead are you for sit there and just let it happen then? Like I was sitting right here when it happened. Like,
Does Vaughn have crusty shit in the corner of his mouth?
Probably some.
Yeah, I bet.
Well, weren't you saying the other day,
like
like
he got a little thing right there?
he drools, right? Weren't you saying that Tuesday?
Yeah.
Or the other night that he drools because he doesn't have any bottom teeth?
Yeah, he's been spitting on the floor or a garbage can a lot and spitting
Oh
when
my
he talks.
god! I hope it's not the floor, for fuck's sake.
It very well might be.
Yeah. Or he's probably got a pile of fucking old rags down there he spits on, kicks them under the bed when they get wet.
That's gross.
Yeah.
I was just reading this featured chat here.
I know people in Rockcastle Church heard it. She was screaming at that deputy. Get her off the property now. Well, what is that? That's demonic activity right there. Boom. Demonic activity.
That's what that is.
You should have seen her face. You should have seen the anger in her face, the blood red in her eyes.
I've seen some anger in your face before.
And the deputy sheriff, the poor deputy sheriff, I felt so sorry for him because he got in the cruiser and he looked at his computer. He said, "Ma'am, she's not guilty of anything. She hasn't broken any laws." See, Jim Frost went and lied to my mother. He said she was breaking the law. She ain't supposed to be here. Total fucking lie. Deputy goes in the computer in his car, checks. There's no, she wasn't breaking no laws. We had just gotten out of court, so I know she wasn't breaking no laws. We'd just gotten back from court. Okay, but see,
you still break the law if you just gotten right out of court. So I'm just,
The chances are higher, I would assume.
Well, wasn't the story that she got the cops called on her because she showed up one night and there was still an order of protection against her?
Yep.
Because Andrea may or may not have punched Vaughn's mom in the face.
Yep, a restraining order that was violated. Yep, as Vaughn wanted her to.
Yeah.
Vaughn thought it was funny when Andrea smacked his mother. Something wrong, difference in how he speaks.
What a good guy.
destroy my marriage because he believed that if he destroyed my marriage and kept calling CPS out to the house to steal my kids, that I would get angry and leave the property to him, and then he'd just come in and take it by fiat. Well, that's not going to happen, Jim. That's not going to happen, Larry. That's not going to happen, Ronnie Ray. Sorry, guys. You're not getting my fucking property.
Fuck you, Ronnie Ray.
And you're going to go to jail for it, too, after I sue
You ain't getting my trailer.
Because what you're doing is evil, what you're doing is unconstitutional, and what you're doing is a violation of not only Kentucky state law, but federal law as well. And you're going to find that shit out, too. Okay.
What about Clay County law? I hear it's pretty different around there.
It's
not a part of the U.S.
And like I said, my lawyer's already subpoenaed Facebook.
Sorry.
Und dann kriegst du with them sweet milkers.
Buck, I got to tell you, I was pretty much mesmerized by the sweet milkers as well. I mean,
milkers, Jesus.
It's like looking at a lava lamp.
For Larry Frost's page, Jim Frost's page, Millie's page, and Ronnie Ray and Marsha's page. He's already subpoenaed Facebook for those pages. And
You don't have to subpoena that. It's public. You put that out there publicly.
I don't think he understands what a fucking subpoena is, or what a dissertation is, or much less anything else in court. Because just like in these videos when he's in a stream, he's waiting for people to stop talking. He's not listening to anything. He's waiting for people to stop talking so he can open his fucking mouth and start screaming shit.
Yep.
He understands dick all about pretty much any fucking thing. And that's why he got kicked out of the fucking army. That's why he had to scrub toilets in his mom's nursing home. And that's why he's lived in that fucking trailer rent-free for over 20 fucking years.
Bond's fucking derp face.
Yeah. I mean, for fuck's sake. I mean, if you get to the point in your life where, like I said before last night, yeah, life hasn't kind of turned out the way, you thought it might or you wished it might have or something like that. but you make do with what you got. You know, you have some fucking fun. You don't blame everybody in the world for your failures of everything, you know. Jesus
Does
Christ.
anybody know if schizophrenics and like memory loss and that kind of shit play a part? Or I mean, I just don't know enough about it to maybe try to explain some of this guy's behavior.
He's got a pretty good memory, but
he remembers what he read.
I don't think he's schizophrenic in the sense that he has hallucinations or auditory hallucinations or anything like that. But he's got he lives in his own fucking fantasy world. Yep. And he's paranoid as fuck. I mean, he could be paranoid schizophrenic, or what do they call it? Schizoaffective disorder.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, more along the line of schizoaffective.
He's got some of the definite traits of schizophrenia, but not all of them. You know, not to the point of the hallucinations or something like that.
Or as we call it in our house, bipolar with audio. You get the bonus shit, you know. You got the deluxe version.
Yeah.
Woo! You know, just keep in mind what's coming in the future there, guys. Okay, you mess with the wrong person. Okay, you really have. You mess with the wrong person, and it cost me my marriage, which should have never happened. That should have never been allowed to happen. But see, all through this fucking timeline, I can go back and look where it should have been stopped by someone, and nobody stopped it. Okay, so everybody's got a piece of pie in this. All right, and everybody's going to pay for it too. Everybody's going to pay their share. Okay?
How does this do with
But
you
I wanted to
and
get
kids?
this out that they're now putting actual legitimate curses. Because when you say that, okay, let me
Okay.
go on this. Let me
Where the fuck's my pie?
Good example of what I'm really
I
talking
want
about.
apple.
It's everyone's
Let's say
fault but mine.
Yup.
You're a piece of garbage. You ain't never going to be anything in life. You're a fucking
Well, somebody asked him recently again, and he's been asked us a lot of times. You know, what blame does he take? What does he?
He said
accept?
none.
He said there's absolutely nothing he's ever done wrong, and nothing wrong.
No.
He's, you know.
Who asked him that? It was Katie, I think, that asked him that, right?
Oh,
That
he's
girl?
been asked that over and over all the time, and you know, it's the same thing. It's like, oh, nothing. He's a perfect daddy. He's never even had as much as a traffic ticket, folks. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, I know there's people out there that have never had a traffic ticket, or have never been in a court, or are pretty shitty fucking people. You know.
Yeah.
There's a child, and when you say that to that child, you are literally putting a curse on that child. And that
Ooh, watch this part. This part's funny as fuck.
is a life curse. That is a curse for the rest of their lives. Now you say, well, Vaughn, you're a sorcerer. You're one of the most powerful sorcerers there are, probably. No, actually, I can't. A curse.
And you're not that powerful.
No shit, Vaughn. You're not a sorcerer?
No, he's not going to be able to lift this curse by himself. He's going to need help from the gods, and they might not help him either. You know.
And they're like, new phone. Who's this?
Like, fuck. I should have put, his name as do not answer.
Even his gods are naysayers.
That powerful curse where a parent curses their child to be poor or to be destitute or to never amount to anything. Not even I can lift a curse like that. I don't believe. I believe that would take a sovereign move of the gods. I do.
Let me ask you a question.
I think you can barely lift your ass off the toilet seat if we're being honest, Vaughn.
No,
I mean,
let me ask you a question. I want to throw this question out there. When you were growing up, right? Teenage years, whatever. Did any of one of your parents going, you know what? This is why when you get caught doing something, this is why you'll never amount to anything. Oh my God, look at the, you're always going to be like this. You're a loser. Maybe not calling your kid a loser, but there's times when your kids will go, your parents will say things like, that's why you'll never amount to anything. It's just not a curse. It's your parents trying to fucking tell you to, buck up, and stop being stupid,
Yeah, I usually didn't get caught, and when I did, I
got caught every time, everything. I never got away with anything.
When I did, I would confess to what I was accused of and absolutely nothing else. Yeah, I did do that. There was beer involved, but I'm not going to go about explaining unless they ask, how the school bus wound up in the swamp somewhere, but that's a whole nother story.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Fess up to what you did. Don't volunteer any information. You're going to fucking do fine.
Maybe Vaughn can get He can start doing pudding pouch commercials like Mozo put. He's got to get a fucking.
How many sexual predators are going to peddle pudding pops before you're happy, Grampy?
That's tough to say, man.
Oh.
Predators peddling pushing pops. Is that what you said?
Hey, Bozo's the one that put pudding pouches in the side chat. So I think that's a question for Bozo.
Some good alliteration we got going on here.
Yeah. But anyway, and yes, his name has been out in public domain for over a year, so fuck you. I can say his name. Anyway, but I think they should see jail time too. That's just my personal belief. Okay. And you know,
Bitch, I think you should see jail time.
You know, I was discussing this I think last night. I think internet time. I think that would have been last week by now. But the sheer size, the infrastructure that must be built for all of the trolls from around the world to be housed before the, after, because everybody, when they get their subpoenas, when the extradition starts, there's going to be, Clay County, that courthouse, it's going to be like, the population of Manchester is going to at least quadruple. Where you hide the people, you can't put them in the, University of Kentucky football stadium. That only seats 61,000 people.
Yeah, where are we all going to go?
Yeah.
It's not as hard. It's not as hard as you think. All you need is some canvas, some concertina wire. Fuck, you got her dick.
That's true. Yeah.
I
was trying not to think about that part, Mud. I was. There's an open field right across from Bond's place. Good 40, 50 acres. You just fence her off quick, throw up some razor wire, a couple of guard towers, and creating jobs. Jobs too.
Oh,
maybe some of those 1/64 scale people that lost their jobs at the Gravy Dome could be retrained and put in as jail guards.
Yeah, get them little tiny machine guns up in the guard towers.
That's right, Nightbot. Lemmy is God.
Guys up to get them to come forward with what their intentions are. Yeah, kind of. I mean, what do we hear from them? We're taking the kids because you don't deserve to have any income. Oh, well, now that's a revelation.
That's all he cares about.
No, it's not about kids at all, is it? No, it's about keeping me from having an income. They said so. They admitted it.
That's what it's about to you, too.
They're out to get you, Vaughn. They're out to get you.
I mean, an income. It's not about the kids. It's not about. They don't give a damn about these kids. They don't.
So that's the part that really
we care so much
chafes your ass, huh?
Live show calling her a slut, a whore, and everything else. They don't give a damn about Andrea.
Well, he's the one that
called her. Fuck, man. What have you called her?
Yeah, he called her a nymphomaniac. Said she'd fuck anything at the drop of the hat, and sometimes she'd actually drop the hat herself. She's going around fucking black people on buses and shit.
Jesus Christ, dude. He said all that shit?
He said they used to fuck like rabbits. No, that was when she supposedly got raped on a Greyhound bus, and it turned out in the end that Andrea got a little bit horny on a fucking Greyhound bus and let a couple guys bang her.
Yikes.
Oh, quasi monkey. I must have been a SS guard in a past life. No, I did have a great grandfather who died in a concentration camp. He got drunk one night and fell out of a guard tower.
So I like how this face right here is basically the face Vaughn made when they're like, you can't get Jerry's check anymore. Look at it.
His cheeks are getting. It's like his mouth is getting smaller. His cheeks are getting bigger. His nose, his right eye is like rising up.
Yeah, I was being a smartass before about the arteries closing off to his brain, but it does look like the one side of his face is starting to droop on that. Be his right.
Are you going to tell me that my Von Helton stroke-o-meter misfunctioned if he had a stroke? Like with his.
Well, I think there could be some restricted blood flow and a little bit of partial paralysis really slowly creeping in there. Actually your stroke-o-meter could be pretty accurate if it's going to go off pretty soon.
Yeah, because I was sure it was going to go off the other day. Holy shit! It almost did. You
got a major artery that's like 95% clogged to the point where it's starting to make your face droop a little bit. It ain't going to take much to go over the edge.
Even Vaughn's face fails to thrive.
Vaughn could make a fortune on Grindr gummies for half off. True. I mean, penis. Oh God, there's Jello. Fucking room is the side chat's all the shit now. Fucking Jello Shotz is here. How you doing, Jello?
Muted.
To Christianity because they just so cared about her. No, they converted her to Christianity because they knew it would cause strife in my home. Me and Andrea were equally yoked. She was a Wiccan, and I was an eclectic pagan. We were equally yoked. Okay, they destroyed that on purpose. Not because they cared about Andrea's soul.
Won't someone think of the yoke?
In my home. And boy, did it cause strife. Especially when they started telling Andrea, yeah, man, you got to celebrate Easter 5 times. You got to celebrate Passover 3 times. You got to celebrate...
I've never understood. People have tried to explain that to them. Easter fucking week. All sorts of churches, recreation groups, families have all sorts of Easter festivities. I'm using air quotes and nobody can see me. Easter festivities throughout. Thank you, bud. Easter festivities throughout the fucking week to celebrate Easter. It doesn't mean you're you know, and it's the same with the other holidays. You know, God damn, how being his.
You know how those Christians love to celebrate Passover.
Yeah, and having him as a father must really suck. I mean, my dad didn't do much with us, but at least we got to fucking do the Easter thing, and it wasn't like, well, you can only celebrate Easter. It's on, okay, we're going to go this thing on Wednesday. Doesn't matter if fucking Easter's on Sunday or whatever the fuck. It's like, God damn.
It's not like she was asking them to go to fucking church services on Good Friday, Easter Sunday, all that. It was, let's go to the fucking park and have the kids play. They're having an Easter egg hunt.
Yeah, exactly.
2 days in a fucking row.
No, I spent all my time at the park yesterday. Not doing that again. Easter only comes once a year, not 5 times a year. He doesn't like Christmas either because he has to buy gifts.
That's shitty for those kids because a ton of non-religious people still celebrate Christmas. I mean,
right?
Yeah.
It's kind of gone beyond Christianity at this point where, you know, I mean, when I celebrate Christmas, I give a fuck about Jesus Christ, you know? But,
yeah.
It's a capitalistic holiday.
Sure.
Yeah. Remember when you're open, remember to thank your Lord and Savior, Jesus, baby Jesus, you know, when you open up that brand new PlayStation 4 on Christmas Day, children's.
I always do.
Bullshit things. Behind my back, on that computer back there, is every fucking foul word they said to my ex-wife. Wait till a female judge gets those hard drives. Won't that be fun?
How do you know it's going to be a female judge?
I'm sure all judges want to deal with you, Bob.
Rub the hands.
Especially
rub
female
the fucking hands, yeah.
Jealousy had a part of it. I mean, what did William Blount right here on Facebook say? What did he say in Jay Stevio's live show? He said, yeah, I was jealous of it. Yeah, I drove her crazy. Yeah, I'd do it again. I mean, this is William Blount, a.k.a. The Hippers on YouTube, saying this in a live show on Jay Stevio's.
The Hippers, Jesus. Fuck. God, that's a blast from the past.
That's on the bingo card, too.
It doesn't matter because of Blount's own words out of his own mouth, saying, fuck yeah, I would drive her insane again. Fuck yeah, I'm jealous as fuck. You know, and just on and on and on. Okay, so yeah, we did get that out of him. We did get that information out of him.
I'll take things that drive Stinky crazy for 1,000, Bob.
When he first got here, how thin and emaciated was and how boyish he looked. And then look at the pictures
The
after
act of washing oneself in a bathtub is referred to as this.
Wait a minute, Vaughn. You like thin, emaciated, boyish-looking sexual partners? Jesus.
And then just when things were going great, here comes the fucking troll. And then the trolls find out that CPS will literally do their bidding. And then
No, they don't.
Yeah, I fucking hate this argument.
Look, you know, if you keep calling CPS on somebody, you know, and there's like literally nothing wrong, they will investigate you.
Fuck yeah, they will. They'll call the cops on you.
Yeah, they'll be like, okay, we went there, nothing's wrong. Why are you keeping it? Is this a personal thing between you? You know, they don't. It makes, like you said, it's like. Once there's 30 fucking calls, they gotta take the kids.
Yeah, like after a while, they're gonna wonder why you're wasting their fucking time.
Yep.
Well, in regards to Clay County in particular, what Vaughn says is when CPS investigates you, they open a file and they keep a file on record for an extensive period of time. That's accurate. But at the same time, if numerous calls are coming in for basically the same thing over and over and over again, they will flag your file and put it in a separate category of harassment. So if someone has called CPS on Vaughn 50 times for, hey, he's neglecting his children,
He's locking his kids in their rooms for hours on end with the same shit over and over again. They would have flagged his file and put it in the harassment category.
They
So when
they
someone
also oops, sorry, man.
yeah, like it's to the point where if the same accusations are being made, they will start to delve into the world of the actual accuser, not the accused.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say is something my ex, when she was still alive, something she had to do for her job was to write reports. Like, say you're divorcing your wife, right? And you keep calling CPS being like, she's hurting the kids, she's molesting the kids, blah, blah, blah. That shit gets brought out in divorce court. And her attorney is going to say, my ex-husband or my husband I'm trying to divorce has falsely called CPS on me X amount of times. And the judge can see the reports from CPS. He fucking acts like CPS workers don't report everything, file everything, and keep track of everything.
Or report to anybody.
It's insanity that he thinks this is just some fucking rogue organization that has no regulation. CPS has more fucking regulations on it than programs and parts of this country like the stuff.
Yeah.
It's crazy, dude.
They get criticized a lot of times for not taking
They
people's-
fire CPS workers over being wrong like once because they're wrong once. It affects the child. This is why I could never have a conversation with Vaughn because
the first time Bond got CPS called on him was because his twins were born premature, and he and Andrea never went to the fucking hospital to visit him.
Right.
The doctors in the hospital called CPS and said, what the fuck, are these kids abandoned? And they finally got Vaughn down there. That was Dr. Del Mundo, who had been implanted by the trolls. We had convinced her to move down from Tennessee, give up her lucrative practice there, come down to East ass fuck Kentucky, just so she could be there waiting for Vaughn to show up and have premature kids. Yeah. It was all set up beforehand. And and there's been, out of the dozen or so times that CPS has been called on him, there's been a couple that actually was somebody on the internet because he was sitting there bundled up in a winter jacket in a freezing house with an almost naked kid laying on top of the bed with no sheets or blankets over it, doing a fucking live stream. And somebody said, hey, what the fuck's going on here? But other than that, it's always been doctors, teachers, assorted mandatory reporters who have to
who are required to
report obvious fucking neglect, and so they report the obvious fucking neglect.
And if you see something and you don't report it, you can get in trouble for that as well. If you're a mandated reporter, But Jay Morgan actually said it best. I think the Frosts are after the Elder Scroll as well. It's kind of like the Spear of Destiny. Whoever has it, has control.
That's the real motivation. They don't give a shit about the property or the trailer or Vaughn's Hot Wheels collection. They're after the Elder Scroll.
If Vaughn was to sell his Hot Wheels collection right now, I seriously doubt he'd get a quarter of what he fucking paid for everything.
Oh, dude, that's how all collections are,
Oh, yeah.
No, but he took everything out of the fucking boxes, and he's been smashing them up down the fucking, running them off the end of his track in the Gravy Dome.
It's nice that he has fucking toys. His kids don't, but it's nice that Vaughn has some toys.
Hey, Jerry had a stick and a broom. When I was a kid, if I had a stick, I was happy to have a stick.
That's right.
Happy dog.
A can. A can, yeah. And kids today are fucking spoiled,
I used my stick to dig in the dirt. And that's what we had, sticks and dirt. God damn it.
Fucking hula hoops and shit, man.
We were happy to have sticks and dirt.
You got to get up there and save them kids. And she said, in Tennessee, to come up here to get into pediatrics here in Manchester, which he actually did. So these people did a very evil thing. And what was Andrea's crime? Oh, she come up here and wanted to be my wife and give me children. Well, God, that's not horrible.
You mean that maniac that would fuck anybody?
Spite. Just because they could. That what do they used to say all the time? We did it for the lulz. LULZ.
Here's the funny part.
Yep.
You know what happens when you Google LULZ? Yes, you find the normal definition where it stands for laughter, but you also find another definition for LULZ, which implicates demonic activity.
Yeah.
Oh, on your dead ready. Google it. Google
Obviously.
it. How dare you? But don't use Google. Use Lycos or Bing or DuckDuckGo or something. Don't use Google because Google will hide that shit.
Use
I don't.
Search it.
I don't know about the laugh thing.
Not
I'm
Google. Not Google.
Overtones to it.
Fuck.
And at first I didn't want to believe that. I said, "Oh, you guys are exaggerating." They said, "No, Google it. Look it up." I looked it up and I was like, "Holy shit!"
Going to Bing.
Why
damn it.
did you guys always think it was for the laughs? I'm in it.
Look, I might have to back out now. I've been spotted, you know, I mean, the
Yeah.
whole satanic thing. Yeah, I was telling everybody it was for laughs. No, it was a satanic thing.
I know nothing. You know.
I got to come clean, you know.
I know nothing. I haven't heard anything. I haven't seen anything. I was never there. You can't prove it.
Deny.
Yeah.
Didn't write anything down. Didn't take any pictures.
Deny.
Damn, I need to find a Lake Alice where I can throw my hard drives away. Fuck.
Legitimate evil going on. All right. And like I said, you know, it dovetails and circles back around to what I was saying earlier. They're putting curses on me. You're never going to see your kids again. You're never going to be financially independent. You're never going to make anything of yourself.
No, you're not going to be
You're
financially
never going to be able to
independent.
see. You're never going to be able to do anything again. And then what I've had put on me? Yeah, I've had curses put on me several times, haven't I? When I broke all my toes, what did they say? You'll never walk again. Or if you do walk,
Powder toes.
What the fuck? When he broke all of his toes?
Oh yeah, the one job he had where he dropped the 14,000 ton pallet on his toes. That's why he's got the powder toes.
Well, you would think if he had, 14,000 pounds drop on his feet, you would think right there, that'd make him fucking qualified for some sort of disability. I'm just saying, because there's got to be some issues,
Yeah, the X-ray showed. I mean, there's no bones there anymore. It's just powder.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'm sure if it was that bad, he would have milked that fucking company for everything he could have got out of him.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, Jello. I've smashed both of my hands so bad. Didn't break any bones, but they swelled up so bad that the fucking skin split.
I got a couple of fingers that really have no fucking purpose at this point. I mean, powdered toes and swollen legs.
Got the swole foot and the powder toe.
And to be financially wealthy, what has he done in the last 20 years? Let's just put out 20 years, okay? What's he ever done that would make him financially independent? I mean, besides Von Helton integrated, which
if you guys weren't dicks and would just give him your legs, he could go back to work tomorrow. It'd be no problem.
I would offer Jello Shotz his legs. Just saying that. And scientist Mel's in the side chat, so she's a scientist, so she could probably make that happen. Put Jello Shotz legs onto Von Helton so he can do that.
You can't have mine. I got damn nice legs.
Yeah, all of science are communists. They're allied with the Frost people, so you can't trust science, man.
Wakanda forever, Rip Chadwick Boseman.
Oh yeah, wow. Yeah, I like that.
I didn't hear that guy died. That's too bad, man.
That German stuff.
I was going to
say for the new Black Panther, seeing how it's his fucking idol or his totem. I'm sorry.
I don't think Vaughn gets SSA or SSDA right now.
No, he's too young for retirement. He might get disability, but no.
How old is he? He looks 65.
He's 57 or almost. Let me see, 4 years younger than me. I'll be 61 in December.
Yeah, he turns 57 in October.
I think the earliest he can get regular Social Security would be 62 or 63, because they've changed it over the years depending on when you were born. It comes later, but he might be able to get it at 62 or 63. But since he's never worked, he'd get maybe $200 a fucking.
Well,
month.
that's what he was saying. I don't know. He does for all these. Vaughn hates socialism, right? But he wants that Social Security,
Yeah, that's typical of people like that. I know a lot of people like that ran on about socialism and the liberals and blah blah blah, but they're more than happy to take money when it's a social policy,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I got to jump off here myself because I got to go to bed.
Yeah, we're about to end in a minute. I just want to hear this part where he talks about no singing. That's funny.
No. When I had all my teeth extracted, what did they say? You'll never sing again. Your singing is over, Vaughn. You'll never sing again. Well, I'm doing karaoke, aren't I? Okay, odds.
Okay, now that's subjective. Okay.
Fuck Billy.
Yup.
Sorry.
I'm just kidding, Billy.
Oh, shit.
That would be, I don't know.
You were saying something?
Yeah, I don't know. He just cut out.
Yeah, just like cut out. Yeah, so that's
What the world could handle. Stinky never being able to sing.
There he is.
I'm back! And fucking little circles, man. God damn it. I'll never leave you, Frankie.
Oh,
Mel, you're not a downer, Mel.
you're not a downer. It's a sad thing that got died. He was actually pretty fucking really good actor. He was actually from Anderson too in South Carolina, so sucks. But yeah, I am gonna go ahead and give this a close because I didn't realize it was almost 12 o'clock and
Oh, damn.
late. Yeah.
Holy shit.
So.
Well, thank you for having me on, man. I appreciate it.
No problem. Jake,
guys,
Jake, you got anything you want
nice weekend.
to? Yeah, you got anything you want to shell out?
I will do my best to be high as fuck next week. What day are you guys doing it next week?
It might be Friday again. So.
Okay. But yeah, we're still working. We need that 1,000 subs, folks. We're almost at 700. We need that super chat money. We want to live, high on the hog like people like Dragnauct. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to Grampy Lobster. If you have subscribed and you have Socka Counts that are not subscribed to Grampy Lobster, please do so. And we will be forever grateful and stuff and things and everything like that. So thanks for having me on, Frank.
No problem. Jake, you got anything you want to shell out?
Not really. Black Lives Matter. Protesters or not, rioters, blah blah blah. Sign some petitions, all that good shit.
Mudbrooker.
Cheers.
Nothing much. Try the veal. I'm here all week. Don't forget to tip your waitress.
Or your bartender. They work for tips, folks. This isn't Canada. This isn't Australia.
Australia ain't real.
Your bartenders and
there is no Australia.
That is true. I think we've decided that Elsie actually lives in Indiana somewhere or Iowa.
Yeah.
4 days every day. Oh, yeah.
Guys, all our links are down below. If you guys want to kind of support the podcast, we would greatly appreciate it. If not, just giving us a view works too. So we thank you for all the super chats. Thank you guys for all the thumbs up, and yeah, that's going to be pretty much it. No outros today. We will see you guys later.
Can I say one thing before you sign off though?
Yeah,
please, folks, show me your booty hole. Okay.
Hey, do you mind sticking around when you